We're starting now. Everyone, can you hear me? It's happening. Oh well, it's a good thing I kept Discord muted for until now. Nice try. Nice try. Nice try. You ain't getting one over my eyes this time. Hello, howdy rowdy everyone. Thank you for checking out the stream or the VOD. If you're in here from the YouTubes. No, I'm not. Shut up. Shut up.
Can they hear us now?
Yes, they can hear you. They can absolutely hear you now.
Alright.
My God, we've been
just open a can.
we've been upgraded to the boy status.
We cracked open a cold one.
Hell yeah.
I crack open a cold one of Ursa.
Oh my gosh. Can I get a quick shout out for Sozo FTZ25, who I think is in Europe because it's 2 a.m. where they are, and still they showed up to our latest Hex stream. Give them a round of applause. Thank you, Sozo, for checking us out. With that said, we should probably just start jumping in. We're a bit late. Some of our players have had slight difficulties, the nature of which do not need to be discussed. But other than that, we're just gonna go ahead and do a super quick rundown of the first session, like five seconds, so I can explain it for everyone who's watching. And then I want to go over some of the little bits that happened over the weekend, because if you guys remember, last session ended with you guys basically being scurried off, go away, by all the maestros and maestras of Ultimacademy after the raid that occurred, despite the fact that you beat the stuffing out of that tiefling, that in turn beat the stuffing out of Ruktuk, I think 3 separate times.
Be nice to me.
But after, you know, you've had that, you've also got your classes and your dorms set up. I'd also like to introduce one of our other players into the campaign. That is the lovely Brant Casimir, or Divine VR on Twitch, who is playing Apis the Chronergist. I wanted to give you a second to give you a little soapbox, let you stand up on there. Stand up on that soapbox right there, and introduce yourself.
I'm gonna immediately kick the soapbox.
No.
I roll a nat 20 on the soapbox.
I believe that.
But hello there, my name is Brant, also known as Divine Justice or Divine VR on Twitch. I am I used to stream. It's been a little hard recently. A whole bunch of different video games, D&D, map building, all that lovely bullshit and nonsense. And yeah, I'm just an overall nerd. I'll put the soapbox back nice and neat.
Wait, no, get back on the box.
Yeah.
I'd love just a tiny, just a smidgen, just a crumb, good sir, of information about your lovely Chronergist Apis. Can you tell us a little bit about him? Here's the microphone. Here's my hello. Check 1 2.
Oh, well,
check 1 2. Hello.
Know?
Yeah. Well, give us a short intro.
I am a.
Who are you?
I pay no attention to the man behind me. I am just an owl. I flap my wings. I fly. I play with wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, and I am totally a second year student. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Oh
yes.
God.
The silhouette that is behind the owl has no relationship. I promise you.
Well, I can't necessarily promise, but
Yeah, but I could promise in your stead. I'm allowed to lie like that. With that said, if everyone else wants to do a really brief intro of just, you know, their streams and stuff, please feel free to go ahead. You know, Kaus, if you want to do a quick soapbox on your, you know, it's your turn to step up. You're going to need like let me get a soapbox on your soapbox so that you can stand up and match the height and, you know, just do a quick shout out for your stream and such.
Look, correct text short, I'm not. Hi, I'm Kaustership. I'm an interdimensional VTuber. And I'm currently on my stream break, so you won't see me for a bit. I'm technically not supposed to be here, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, they're
I'm
two.
technically in a different dimension right now, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Fine.
I've mastered Apus's timey-wimey stuff in order to sneak Kaus in for their lovely character work as Ruktuk. Moving on, Strom. How are you? How are you, buddy? What are you up to?
I'm good. Hi, I'm Strom the Dryadmin.
Oh shoot! Thank you for the surprise, so.
I'm a Dryadmin VTuber, and right now I haven't been streaming because of live IRL things, but I think I'm going to be streaming more and more soon. I'm thinking of Apex.
Mark his words. Mark him.
Okay, damn. Now I have to.
Yeah, it's a commitment now.
Mark, though.
Mark?
Hi,
We
Mark.
don't have Mark to give us these words.
What a story, Mark.
And finally, we have the lovely twitch.tv/Sigbur.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Sigbur, where you'll find me not at all. My name is Sigbur. I play a bugman named Krikt. He is from the past, as everyone is, but he's from the very far past.
All right. Catch you later, so. All right. And
That's it.
there's your 5-second explanation. We also, of course, had some players, Vysserae and Uwu Crimes, who may or may not be able to join later today. Who knows? But I'm impatient, and so is everyone else. So I'm ready to play. How about you? All right, I'm gonna take that as a resounding enthusiasm.
I don't know
You
what
didn't
wanted
ask
to
any
say.
questions.
Yeah,
I said-
exactly.
Oh,
I don't know what you wanted us to say.
Okay. Sorry. All right. So,
yeah, you didn't change the prompt.
what prompt?
Don't worry about it.
Pardon me. All right, he's sticking, just doing a little bit of spoilery work there. All right, so for this session, like I said, I want to do a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit of.
Oh my god, we got fish!
I see a cat in the distance. Oh my god, it's Stray all over again.
Hello. Hi, you're only 20 minutes late.
Sorry about that.
Ursa, why you gotta join
Hi, how
every
are you?
time right as I put in that you're AFK and then you're
Well,
not?
it's okay, because you're here now, and we haven't really started yet.
Yep,
But-
my intros just gave you enough time to say something. So say something. Let me get the soapbox. Let me get the soapbox on top of that soapbox. And for your height, I'm gonna put a third soapbox. Okay?
Okay.
Hold on. I'm gonna
shut
yeah.
up.
Hold up, is this
now?
is this the milk crate challenge all over again?
I'm speaking. Don't talk over me.
What?
Ooh.
There you go. You're tall enough now.
Oh my.
Can I roll to attack?
Not yet. We're not playing.
We're introducing ourselves to the crowd.
Silly
I don't
fish.
think you need to roll to attack if you're just going straight for the DM's throat.
No. No. It's fine. Okay,
That's
hold on.
always a nat 20.
Going for the jugular.
No, you're back.
Always
You're
go
back.
for
You're
the
back. It's
jugular.
okay. You're back. There you go. Wait, hold on. Okay, you're fine. Where can we find you, Crimes?
Right.
Uh-oh.
Where'd they go?
Oh,
They died.
guys, I gotta be right back. I'm locking my doors. This is very suspicious.
They're on their
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Play. Slowly but surely.
The next thing I hear from my roommate, hey, did you order a pizza?
Brant's Pizza came to your place.
Oh,
Excuse
shit.
me?
I will steal your kneecaps.
I need those for
And
bending.
then sell them back to you. At a very fair price.
After you have them, I don't know if I want them back. I'd rather just be crippled.
Fun fact, you can in fact walk without your kneecaps.
How do you
Yeah,
know
you
this?
just can't bend your knees.
Don't ask how I know this.
Technically, you can bend your knees, but they could also bend the wrong way.
Yes.
I don't like where this imagery is going.
I thought we were playing D&D.
All right, all right. I think we've heard
It's
plenty of
history-
reasons
it's
why.
education time.
Yeah.
No.
All right, we've uncovered the many reasons why you should follow the lovely Uwu Crimes at twitch.tv/uwucrimes, because if you don't, she will Uwu crime
Twitch,
all over
isn't
you.
it? It's currently
My Twitch
twitch.tv/Ursa
is Ursa
K.
K.
Lesses.
Oh, you're right. Oh, that's right. I put your Twitter out there. Follow her at twitter.com/uwucrimes, or she will Uwu crime all over you. Okay. It is time for real gaming. You guys should be at the Barania map. And what I want to do is go through a few scenes. One thing I wanted to talk about is where you are going to be staying, because you guys had spent the weekend sort of outside Ultimacademy campus. You guys were ushered away from somewhat mysterious circumstances. So you found yourself in the sort of larger area of Altea proper. This is sort of the map of Altea. Hopefully you guys can see it all. And I just wanted to maybe do a brief overview of where you guys might be staying. And most particularly, I know that the lovely Ruktuk has a home with loving parents, which is more than what we can say for most D&D protagonists.
Yeah, I have parents and I have like 5 siblings.
And so what I'd like to do,
siblings.
and so you'll notice that we have a legend on the I'm trying to make it visible in the stream. We have a lovely legend of the map, and I have went through the trouble of creating wonderfully hand-drawn art that acts as a legend, so you can see where all the major landmarks are of the various districts.
The amphitheater is a sad
Yeah,
shield.
yeah. It's supposed to be like a mask. It's supposed to be one of those drama masks. But yes, feel free to say thank you, Dryad, for the lovely legacy. And we're gonna start adding to.
I do really like that it's just the sad one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Any comedy here?
No
There's-
I don't
comedy.
get any comedy.
Nah, only
Yeah.
tragedy.
we write D&D games, not tragedies.
Just like bad end theater.
And,
Damn, you beat me to it.
Hey, I don't belong here on this map, by the way.
You are already here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What is
because
that?
you stay in
Oh,
Ultimate Academy.
Academy is in the city. I thought it
Yes.
was like just outside the city.
No, it's not. It is the centerpiece, a major centerpiece of the city. You'll notice that it's even more in the center of the city than the castle palace area that the royalty would live in, which is over here. But with that said,
We're more important.
obviously there are different places you guys can go to live. This is mostly for flavor. You guys might have your own homes with people. There is, of course, the boarding house and the Pot Topper Tavern for people who are looking for a cheap temporary living arrangement. Or you can be like Ruktuk, who actually has a home. And for someone like Ruktuk, I would like for you to mark on the map in wonderful orange like crayon, like I did.
Yeah.
Where do you live? You've got the pick of the litter.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, I can draw an orange. Ha ha ha. All right.
What if I just choose a place for that other thing?
What other thing?
That other thing that we were talking about earlier.
Uh-oh.
This.
I have a tiny brain.
Why do you have a tiny brain?
I have no memory. I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth. I feign ignorance.
How do I make a telescope?
Oh, for no, because no one knows about that yet.
Yeah, well.
You can make a
doesn't mean it
mental
can't
note.
Exist.
So you're right next to the Artisans Guild.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh, that's you.
No, that's me. Yeah, I'm.
Oh, okay. I thought
haven't
Rucktuck
drawn
was in
yet.
the Artisans Guild.
I haven't drawn yet.
Yes, go ahead and draw, and to do whatever symbol you think best fits you.
Well,
Yep.
Ruckchuck lives out of a library.
So where would you imagine a library would be? There are 8 major districts in the city. Of course, some of them are dedicated to like major either landmarks or regional areas or even castles. The big areas you are thinking of would be Uptown, Northtown, Main Street, Gaul, South Coast, and All Tower. And if you want, I want to say the major points of interest for each district kind of gives you a rough idea of the kind of living conditions, the standard of living that might be in that district. If you are asking me, the DM, where would a library be? You would probably find libraries either in Uptown, if you're looking for something that is particularly academic and very much like book smarty, or you might have some smaller libraries might not be the best word, but there are definitely document sort of holds in Northtown, sorry, not Northtown, in Min Street that store like some like trade documents and stuff like that, if you are more of that sort of blue collar worker variety. But barring that, you're probably going to find your libraries in Uptown. There's also, of course, the Royal Library, but you're not going to be in there.
No.
I still think Min Street is very self-serving.
It was randomly generated, okay? Don't get mad at me just because some
Sure.
website decided that Min was a good name, okay?
I'm gonna call cap on that.
No
Cap
cap.
and a half.
Not even a
Cap
little
and a half.
cap. Why if that was so self-serving, why did I make Min Street like the ghetto with the boarding house?
But there's artisans there.
So you can be edgy and cool, obviously.
Yes, that's what people know when they watch Dryadmin streams. I'm the edgelord.
Okay, that is clearly a book, I swear.
I see it.
Oh, that's pretty close. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
book.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
That's where you would find yourself. How about everyone else? If you have homes and such, and you happen to live in Altia proper, you might have a mark as well. Or you might, again, find yourself spending some coin or vouchers in the Pot Topper Tavern, which is sort of the major tavern of the city. Or if you're not into paying to live, there is always, I mean, they're very low quality. You basically live, I think it's a squalid lifestyle while you live there, but the boarding house is always open for people, wary souls who cannot afford to live anywhere else.
And Rucktuck is willing to take guests.
Yep. Sleepover party.
Well,
Yeah.
probably just not fish though.
Yeah, maybe not fish.
So I guess my question would be, what kind of living arrangements do I get?
It's your choice right now.
I mean,
You are mostly on your own. You're not beholden to anyone. So no arrangements have been made for you aside from your dorm, which is currently
Wow.
unavailable.
so there's no safe house or anything.
No.
Oh shit.
I mean, you wouldn't like just regularly live there. You would go there for very specific reasons, but you're not meant to live in a safe house.
All right. Is there
Knock, knock, knock. Someone's pizza is here.
Yeah, Yeah.
I gotta go talk to the guy about the stuff. I'll figure it out
Yeah.
later.
That's fine.
In the meanwhile, Samuel,
Who
I do
ordered a
know.
pizza with an extra side of death.
Oh no! Someone's choosing violence today. Why?
Because it's funny.
Samuel, Samuel, I know that your tribe. I know that your tribe lives far away from Altea. You're over in Gadanost, which means that you don't have any prior living arrangements. You need to find a tavern or a boarding house or some other way to live.
You know, it's only for the weekend, right?
Only for the weekend.
Otherwise, the dorms are gonna be available.
Yeah, the dorm should be available starting next week.
All right, we're going
It's
camping.
only temporary. You're gonna go camping?
Yep.
All right, you are. All right, you're gonna go
Camping in
camping
the park.
camping in Atarak Park. All right. I'm going to want you to roll a survival check for me.
All right, that's fair.
Cool.
Not bad.
And finally, we have Wildfish, who I don't know where I don't know where you might imagine living. This is purely open-ended. You're the wild card. I can't predict at all where you're going.
Probably somewhere in Min Street near North Street, because I mean, hey, get the amphitheater there. It means
Yeah.
you get lots of people coming in to see the shows,
So
and boy, do
so
they make easy money.
so the easiest living arrangement at that point would be the boarding house, which is located in Min Street right here. So it's relatively close to the border of Northtown.
Go to the boarding house and steal from the sad people.
Please do not steal from the board. Please do not steal from like the orphans. They have nothing. You're gonna steal the soup from their bowls.
Hey, I have enough money to support myself, kind of.
Do you wanna-
Stored in the
do you-
boarding.
So
want-
I have I just have a shitty little apartment that I share with like 3 other people.
You're just gonna grab some roommates. Gosh, really
Yeah.
breaking the fourth wall here.
Sorry, soup is stored in the bowls. It's so
Excuse me?
funny to me.
How is this breaking the fourth wall?
I'm just speaking from experience. There's a lot of roommates
Yeah,
going on.
It's just other people who are
Sure.
a little on the iffy side.
Okay.
But Fish went out on her own.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
she's
just
like, oh hey, I'm gonna shack up with some other people.
You've just got a bed and maybe a scratching post. You got your little cubby.
No, the scratching post is the wall.
Yep.
The landlord kind of sucks, so I don't care. I'm not getting my security deposit back either way.
Apis,
That
have you
is
made
way
a decision
too
yet?
I know.
Like what kind of quality are like the rooms at like the tavern?
They're pretty high. They're probably among the higher quality rooms that you're going to find, unless you want to like buy a property.
I was gonna say renting a property sounds a little bit.
Renting a property is probably not in your best interest, just because you know you're gonna have a dorm next week.
Well, then I guess I'll be shacking up in the boarding house.
You going to the boarding house?
I mean, there's really nowhere else to go until I get a dorm.
Okay.
Such a
It's either that or the safe house.
Well, there's also the tavern, if you're willing to pay a little bit of gold.
How much though?
For 3 nights, a gold is probably even itself too much. You're probably looking at somewhere between 9 silver to 1.2 gold.
Oh, you were making it sound like it was a lot. All right. Yeah, if it's only for like 3 days, I'll get a room.
Yeah.
And what is that? You said 1 gold, 2 silver.
Yeah, let's say 1 gold and 2 silver. All right. So, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Samuel. Samuel, you decided to go camping out in the Birth of Atarak Park, which is a big park that is right in front of the castle, which is royal territory. which it is a public park, but of course, being a person who's just camping out in front of the castle could be a little suspicious. Using your survival, you are able to, avoid getting sort of hounded down by people who might see you as suspect. And I want you to note that during your stay, you do make some observations. You made the observations that there are, of course, regular travelers going in between the various roads that cut between and to the south of Atarak Park. And you notice that over the course of specifically Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon, there's a lot more travel among the town guard. Soldiers traveling between the castle and specifically making their way past this line seemingly into the main square. And you manage to catch a glimpse of someone who, based on your instinct, appears to be somewhat of an authority among the town guard. She wears pretty sturdy, heavy armor, and she looks something like this.
Oh, she cute.
Because that's the first thing I'd like to hear. Yes, despite her appearance, you can tell from her stature, her confidence, and her expression that she is equally as intimidating. But
She's single?
But thanks to your, she's way older than you.
Oh,
she's way out of your league in several different ways.
Wait, so is she a MILF? Is she MILF energy? I mean, just the fact that she's older than me, that's just a challenge.
Fish? No.
She's definitely. I mean, you wouldn't know any of this because only Samuel notices. But she is the town guard captain and seems to report directly to royalty as she travels around the castle. And because of her intimidating stature, Samuel gets maybe a bit of a guarded first impression of her. In fact, seeing her is one of the reasons why he decided that it might be better to, make sure you lay low while you're staying in Atarak Park.
Yeah, fair enough.
Now, aside from that, I also want to bring our attention to our pal Apis. Apis, sorry? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought you were correcting me that it was Apis, and I was like, is it? Actually, it's Apis. Yes. So, you are staying, in Pot Topper Tavern over the weekend. On Sunday morning, you receive, or rather, at the crack of dawn, you hear a cawing noise, a coo, sort of sound. Early in the morning, before you have a chance to wake up. When you do awake, you realize that a pigeon has perched itself squarely on the window of your room.
Okay. I guess I am gonna roll back into bed.
You're just gonna roll back into bed? All right. After
If I barely had a chance to wake up, I am rolling back to sleep.
Fair enough. You think it's maybe about 30 seconds later until you hear whoo a bit more thoroughly, more aggressively. This pigeon, it seems, is trying to get your attention. And when you glance over to it, you see that it seems to have something tied in its talon.
Gonna get up slowly.
Woo!
I'm coming.
No, slow down so Min has to make more pigeon noises.
I'm gonna shuffle my way over and just open up the window just enough for the pigeon.
The pigeon struts confidently up and starts pecking at your hand.
Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, well, you came first thing in the morning. I'm gonna take the note from it, then.
Okay, you take the note from it.
Like, trying to...
As soon as you untie the note from its talon, it takes off in a flash. The note itself...
Close the window.
The note itself seems to be pretty cryptic. It is... Whoops, that is not what I wanted to do. No one saw that.
Saw what?
Nothing.
What?
The note itself is pretty cryptic. It seems to be just a passage from a book. It seems to be a loose sheet of parchment, but you notice that there are some markings, a cipher of some kind, and you're able to decipher it. It basically indicates a particular time and a particular place. The place being the amphitheater, and the time being, a specific time later in the afternoon.
Seeing the time, I'm gonna tuck it underneath my my shirt and crawl back into bed.
Ooh. All right. You managed. All right, you have your chance to sleep. You're now feeling well rested. And give me a Constitution saving throw. Also, howdy rowdy, Sal Chris. Thank you for checking out the stream. I'm sorry to hear about your power supply. If it's just a power supply, though, is it too hard to get that replaced?
It rolled twice.
All right.
Well, first one's 14.
First one's 14. All right. You wake up after your slumber. Maybe you slept in a little bit. And lo and behold, it's roughly just in time for you to get up, and it's maybe like a solid 20 minutes before the time that was indicated on your little sheet of parchment.
To the amphitheater.
To the amphitheater you go.
See how close it is.
You can make it.
This.
Under the power supply.
I'm a high tail.
Yeah, I know the water story. Ouch, I'm sorry to hear that.
No pun intended.
Yeah, so you make it to the amphitheater. Give me a perception check.
Think.
Okay. Once you make it to the amphitheater, it is quite crowded. There seems to be a show going on. Some weird tragedy. It always seems to be. It has the audience enraptured and cheering and booing at every slight sent by the actors. And on the far edge, it takes a few minutes of maneuvering your way around the busy crowd, that you spot near on the far end of the wall someone that you recognize. Someone who is a female elf, who is, without, beating around the bush, your employer, who goes by the name of... Where is her name? I think her name was Vysserae Pyrrhus.
Is she single?
Oh my god.
How do you spell her name?
It's a pretty lady.
How do you spell her name?
I'm going to send you her name right now.
Okay.
So, we know who's gay.
Yes, her name is Vysserae Pyrrhus is her exact pronunciation. You can't escape the gay.
Yeah.
You
Did we learn what the name of the captain of the guard is, by the way?
You did not.
Okay. For now on, for now,
It just
the note is
now,
going to be, it's
But yes.
Melfi Town Guard Captain.
you weren't born gay. You chose to watch Markiplier.
You notice when you glance around and notice for a sort of leaning casually on the edge of the building, she locks eyes with you for a moment and then turns away.
Okay. I am gonna find a seat. What's this typical procedure? I'm gonna try to see if there's a seat right in front of her.
Yeah, so she's chosen a spot very tactically. There are a few benches that are within earshot. She's moreover chosen a corner of the building to sort of lean back casually. So you also have the option of leaning on the opposite corner in order to stay within earshot.
Yeah, that works.
All right. So you go ahead and take your position wherever you like. Once you have a moment, and Vysserae has noticed that you've settled in, she starts to speak and sort of pass you the obvious message she's trying to send. First off, she gives you a document. She kind of like leans it behind her back and makes it obvious for you to take it subtly. When assuming you do so, it is very easily recognizable. It is a document that sort of covers all of the classes and dorm arrangements. It's all the sort of legal documentation that has been collected for you in your stead during your absence in Ultimacademy during the last session. Also, hello Everwalk, howdy rowdy. Thank you for checking out the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay. We're in the throes of D&D.
Tuck it away.
Yes. She asks, hey, have you heard from the town crier?
Not recently.
The town crier has put out a story over the past few days. I'm sure you are aware of the raid that has occurred on Ultimacademy on the day of your scheduling.
Oh, missed a fun day one.
Well, apparently Ursa has been summoned to the castle, the Altea Castle, in order to provide support, guidance, and advice as the Lady Protector of the King. However, we know that this is in fact a falsehood. She goes on to explain that only during the aftermath of the raid did they learn or get a lead on the true goal of the raid. Despite very little artifacts being stolen and very little injuries, it turns out that the Lady Protector, Ursa, is now missing and cannot be found anywhere in the city. The Crown, as well as spy masters and informants among the guard, believe that she has been kidnapped.
And most likely you want me to figure out what happened?
No. He kind of blurts out as quickly as you answered the question. He pauses for a second and recomposes herself. This is getting quickly beyond the immediate scope of our mission. And with all due respect, you're still a fresh recruit. This is very dangerous. Right now, your main priority is to maintain your persona. It's the exact code that refers to your sort of cover as the chronologist Apis. She explains your immediate goals: maintain your persona. Right now, everyone is, security is very high due to this particular incident, and any suspicious activity could prove disastrous for your persona. So, your mission, your priority has changed. Instead of collecting the appropriate information as discussed earlier, you are now required to lay low, maintain your persona, and maintain good relations with the students and staff of the school. This will be useful later for sure, but the exact direction we are going to be leveraging those relationships has yet to be seen.
Understood.
All right, she pauses for a moment to see if you have any more questions or any more comments. But when it becomes obvious that you have nothing more to say, she quickly stands from her laid-back position and marches away.
Giving her a wide berth, maybe like 5 minutes or so. I'll exit myself.
as you spend 5 minutes laying back to make it to provide as much cover, as much berth as you can, you can't help but observe the boos and jeers of the tragedy unfolding in the amphitheater. You swear you hear an actor say at one point, "You bastard, I swear I'll make you pay." But how could you, if I'm your own brother? And everyone starts gasping.
I saw that coming.
You've probably seen this show maybe once or twice before.
No, it was just way too obvious.
Aside from that, you're free to do whatever you want. Probably to, again, as instructed by Vysserae, lay low and prepare for your traversal back to Ultimacademy. You still understand that you're required to return on Monday. That is precisely what it says, by the way, on the documentation of your scheduling.
Well, I guess I can't hold off any longer, but I am gonna make my way back to my room. May do some shopping here and there of some supplies, and then make my way back.
All right. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I got you, fam.
All right, and that is mostly what I wanted to cover over the weekend. Everyone else mostly has uneventful weekends. And with that, we can sort of proceed to ding dong bing bong. We are on Monday, the beginning of a proper school week. We are going to be actually taking classes and hopefully not having to deal with terrifying tiefling raids.
I don't like him very much.
You don't like who very much? The tiefling?
The tiefling. The bastard.
Of course you don't. It's worth noting. It's worth noting that, of course, Rucktuck, you spent your weekend searching for your long lost beloved alchemy jug to no avail. Did you have a question, Samuel?
Yeah, also, I'd like to mention too, with minimal injuries, that is fucking bullshit.
Well, yeah. The important thing is that no one died.
That's true.
I almost did.
I guess I said. I guess I said injuries. I meant to say casualties.
Yeah.
In the end, no one died.
Yes. All right, so let's bring us to the Ultimacademy proper.
Yay!
That sounded just as real as when I'm actually excited for school. So let me go ahead and get you all in here. Obviously, depending on who you're friends with or your relationships, you might not all enter at the same time or all enter as a group, but I'm putting you here right now because everyone who is coming in from outside Ultimacademy is roughly going to see a similar scene. Tricky might not be the scene. Tricky may be, I don't know what Tricky you're doing. You might just be doing your own thing from inside the school. You might make a conscious effort to meet Wildfish at the front of the school to start classes. It's all up to you how you want to handle that.
Yeah, probably Wildfish is the goal.
Okay.
I have not seen a friendly, quote-unquote friendly face in like an entire weekend. Any artifact of outside is worthwhile.
Sounds good. So in that case, let's say that for sake of simplicity, most of you arrive at school at roughly around the same time. When you get to the front of the school, it seems like not a whole lot has changed. At least the school seems to have recovered fairly quickly from its, very guarded and shocked stupor resulting from the raid on Friday. Most evidence of that is gone, and if you were to look at the school today, you wouldn't be able to know offhand that anything dangerous or severe or drastic took place. That is what you think, at least up until you reach the middle of the courtyard. As you make your way to sort of, reach your first classes or grab breakfast, you see that when you get closer to the courtyard, in addition to the regular students that are sort of biding their time and minding their own business in the school, there are a shocking number of people you do not recognize, members of the Royal Guard.
Oh.
They seem to have made their way along Ultimacademy grounds, their positions peppered, very tactically placed in order to guard key doors and seemingly provide some observation to the scene. Of course, being witness of the raid, you kind of expected something like this to happen. Hello, So. Welcome back. But you didn't expect Royal Guardsmen here. In addition to that, you see a group of Royal Guards led by what seems to be the captain of the town guard, having a civilized but stern conversation with Yazim. If you would like to, you can roll perception or stealth to listen in on the conversation, or you can ignore it completely.
Well, I guess better stealth it up.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, not. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'll say that as a group, you pass collectively. So in that case, whether you're able to sneak close enough to stay within casual earshot, or whether you're able to keep your ears strained enough to hear them from far away, you can catch the tail end of the conversation between the captain of the guard and Yazim. I'm very bad at voices, so I'll just describe what each one's saying by the description instead of trying to do different voices, because I'm really bad at those. By the time you get close enough to hear, you hear Yazim sort of responding to the town guard, saying something like, well, of course we've tried that, but we haven't gotten anything new. It seems like something must be blocked. Then you hear the town guard say, well, couldn't you do something to undo that blockage? I mean, you are a genie after all. Yazim responds, well, unfortunately, that's not how we work. I haven't had that kind of power ever since I was freed. Surely you understand. And she says, well, she sort of stammers a bit. That's quite unfortunate, but I do need to know if you catch anything. So until then, we'll be conducting a little bit of an investigation. And Yazim says, it's terrible timing, but if you must, she starts to get a little bit more annoyed. It seems to be having this conversation back and forth in circles for a while now. Yazim says, are we finished here? And the town guard, captain, she looks to the soldiers around her, and she mulls it over for a bit and says, for now, yes. Have a good day, Miss Yazim. And Yazim responds, likewise to yourself, Miss Irin.
Oh, we have a name.
Yes.
How do you spell it?
You don't know how she spelled it because she only heard it said, but okay. That is how you spell Irin.
Well,
For note's sake, how do you spell it?
For note's sake, how do you spell it?
I prefer that than Milfy Town Guard.
All right. After that conversation, they kind of part ways. And you sort of hear you sort of hear Irin mutter under her breath as she leaves something to her fellow guardsmen. You hear something like, who on earth would lose power in that? I don't understand.
That's just rude.
Anyway, at this point, she kind of moves away. She turns a corner. You don't see her again. After the conversation, Yazim turns and starts making her way to the front of the courtyard, where she spots Samuel and Apis, who did not make stealth checks.
You know what? Fair enough.
He says, sorry, I'm supposed to be up front welcoming new students.
Good morning, Yazim.
Morning, Samuel. Apis. Classes will be starting soon. If you want to get something to eat, make it quick, I'm sure. And she sort of glances past you. She seems to be a bit deep in thought. Clearly still distracted from the last conversation.
Right.
As she passes by you, she sees Wildfish and Ruktuk as well, and greets them with an equal amount of enthusiasm.
Gonna casually scoot my boot so that she doesn't see me at all.
Okay. She misses you completely.
Nice.
I wave enthusiastically and keep on my way.
She nods at you.
I just realized, where's my wagon?
Oh, of course, your wagon.
Can't forget the wagon.
This is going to be an ongoing thing.
Do I need to add Ruktuk's wagon to the PC's present in my mind?
Probably.
Yes.
No. Okay, fine.
Do it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank
It's
you.
in there.
So you have a little bit of time before classes start. You can use this time to get something to eat, or the important thing, obviously, for this week is this is the week where you get your start. You start off your classes, but is also the week where people start submitting their applications to the various after-school clubs that occur in Ultimacademy. So this is also an opportunity for you to ask around some of your fellow students if you want to scout anyone in particular out to see what clubs they're interested in joining, or even scout out teachers to see what clubs have been formed already. People who have been here for at least 1 year can perform a history check to recall what clubs what clubs the school has run up to this point, which can give you some, basic instinct of what's going on. Obviously, out of character, you guys have seen a little bit of what the clubs are already, but this is sort of leaning you into that direction.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a history check and narrate my inevitable failure.
All right. Your inevitable failure awaits.
Yeah, so Tricky has never really cared much about clubs, but maybe this year is different. That being said, not caring much for clubs has done him the disservice of having no idea what kind of clubs there are, with a fat little 6.
Yeah, that's not quite that good. At the very least, you know for sure that Ultimacademy is going to have a professional Labyrinth team, because they always have a Labyrinth team. It is this world's Quidditch. They always have a Labyrinth team. There's always news about Labyrinth. You cannot escape learning about Labyrinth in this world. So at the very least, with a 6, all you know about after-school clubs is that there's going to be a Labyrinth team.
Hey, do you think there'll be a Labyrinth team this year?
Yeah, it's all but certain.
But
How Ursa, how do Fish and Tricky walk normally?
What do you mean? Are they from the College of Silly Walks? What do you mean?
I think he just walks normally, and she just walks at a super quick pace, almost trotting in order to keep up with him.
Okay. Not a normal, carrying kind of shoulder scoop.
The Chad normal walk versus the cunning action dasher.
But
yeah, okay. He's probably right now idly walking towards Where would I sign up for?
Where would you sign up?
I don't know.
So,
yeah, I guess I don't know that.
you don't know that actually.
I guess.
Oh shoot! Thanks, Soso. I did notice that sub.
What
I did
all
notice
do I
it.
know about the Labyrinth team?
You know, the Labyrinth team has 5 players in them. The Labyrinth team that Ultimacademy runs has 2 files. The first file has 5 players that run each role.
I mean, like the
sport.
Who is run by it? Like, do I know who runs the Labyrinth team?
Yes, you know that the Labyrinth team is run by Nilo Bonrock.
Okay. I have a positive relationship with Nilo Bonrock.
Wait. You also regrettably know that WoW is the team captain.
Yes, I do know that. That being said, it would not be far-fetched for me to know generally where Nilo Bonrock is.
Yeah, so you could always seek out Nilo Bonrock if you wanted to sign up or ask him about it.
I would like to seek the hunky cat.
Don't. I've had MILF Town Guard earlier. I don't want DILF Hunky Cat next on the list. He has a name.
Mr. Bonrock.
Okay.
Mr. Bedrock?
MILF cat.
Is there a Mrs. Bonrock?
I make my bedrock. You
Is
do
there a
realize that
Mrs.
we're gonna be like
Bonrock?
this the entire time, right, Min?
Yeah, I think
We're just gonna keep causing problems.
I've learned the direction that this campaign is going. I'm okay with it. I've prepared myself mentally and emotionally for it.
I'm glad, because I haven't.
You are spending your time going to find Nilo Bonrock. What is everyone else doing?
Having been a second-year student, would I know where to go for the junior expeditionist, because that's what I was last year?
Yes, you would know that for free because it was part of your training.
Cool.
To answer your question, what you have to do is wait until, and I'm just going to be using the real world week because I'm too lazy to create a fantasy calendar. You need to wait until this world's equivalent of Tuesday or Thursday. And during those extracurricular phases where you would normally have clubs, instead you kind of have like a club fair where people set up clubs and promote their clubs and recruit people to join those clubs. And that is what's happening on Tuesday and Thursday this week of school.
Cool.
My stream where I drew a guy came and he was Romanian.
Besides that, I will
surprising.
probably find the cafeteria to grab a quick bite and head to the first class.
That's a logistics. What is it called? That's a demographics win. All right. So you'll go ahead and grab a bite to eat at the cafeteria. Which is pretty straightforward. What is just going on the list? Samuel, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure since I'm a third year, right?
You are a third year, yeah?
Yeah. And I will also know that same information.
About the junior expeditionists?
Yeah.
I'm going to have you roll a history check because there are special circumstances which explain why Apis knows it automatically.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yes, you do know. You do know about the club fairs and everything. You also know that the Junior Expeditionists is run by Gregory Ruvev, the fighter maestro.
All right.
Wait,
1 second.
the
No,
junior.
it's
No,
Atelier Root.
it's Root.
Am I a liar? Yes, I am.
You are.
Sorry.
Yes.
Actually,
You're a
no.
liar.
I'm not a liar. You. Let me correct myself and also cover for myself.
But in the class ledger, it says it's Atelier Root.
Shut up. So let me correct myself. You, Samuel, using your history check, think that the Junior Expeditionist is run by Gregory Ruvev.
All right.
those.
And you do know where the fairs usually are, and so you know when it is, and you could make those arrangements.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and head to the cafeteria, grab like a breakfast sandwich or something, and just start heading to class.
All right. Ruktuk.
Yeah. Rektuk's gonna head to the library and see if the librarian's in, and then ask her if she's running any clubs this year.
Librarian. You mean
Miss
Melanie?
Dance.
Melanie, yes. I was just like it starts with an M, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah. So you would go in and you would talk to Melanie. Melanie would say, "Oh, hello, Ruktuk. I hope last weekend wasn't too much of a fright for you. Are you well?"
Yeah, I was at home. They took good care of me.
That's good. I know that you could always rely on family. Are you interested in the and she talks about the program that she is working on. She says that she could always use an extra hand at the library, and she sort of knows your background with books.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to.
Oh, I'm so glad. They could always use an extra hand. You know, they always have she kind of goes into a tirade. The library keeps expanding and expanding. We keep learning more, but every time I talk to the board, they can never quite get more help here.
Which is unfortunate.
Yes. Well, she explains that she's always here after classes. So feel free to meet her after. Feel free to meet her in the afternoon,
Yes.
and she can sort of give you the rundown of the library and how it works, and sort of hopes to see the stars in your eyes. Get to be a librarian in Ultimacademy.
Yeah.
Based on the conversation, though, it sounds more like a work-study program as opposed to like a club.
Which is all right.
E620. Oh no, that's a lie. So, all right. And lastly, we have Wildfish.
Hee.
There's no crime club.
There should be. Let's see. Fish is feeling interested in the Falconry Club and would like to do a history check to see what she can remember about it.
Go for it. You're a second year, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, who are the relationships that you work with? I know you don't like WoW, and you have a relationship with what teacher again?
We can look.
Yes, we have the Obsidian notes.
Adelier Root.
Adelier Root. You, using your history, understand that Adelier Root is not part of the Falconry Club. You do understand, you do know for sure that both Tina and Mosk Thunderkeg, students of Ultimacademy, particularly Mosk Thunderkeg, who is in the discipline dorm, same as you, tend to apply for the Falconry Club, and you suspect they'll do the same this year.
Okay.
Aside from that, you don't really know who's running the club or exactly where it's going to be when the club fair sort of happens.
I find that interesting that Mosk Thunderkeg would apply, even though Mosk is leaving the care of Teeter to Tina.
It is interesting, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay. So with that,
I think I'm gonna
with that, you guys have your classes. Now, most of the time, I'm going to be skimming through classes.
Well,
but
Fish, what did you say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, after remembering that, Fish is going to fondly pat Tricky on the hand and go wander off to see if she can find out more about the Falconry Club.
Sorry, continue.
no worries. So, normally when I go through classes in Ultimacademy or a particular plot point, I'm usually going to skim over classes unless there is something specific that you want to do during lunch, or if there are classes that you share with someone that you want to interact with during or between classes. Aside from that, I'm typically going to skip over classes between sort of days or special, role-playing periods. That said, I am going to go through a little bit of the classes for today because obviously you guys, this is going to be your first classes, and the introductions of the teachers and the students are, important. So, with this in mind, so that I don't strain myself and go crazy over manipulating a bajillion tokens, I would like for you to sort of experience a little bit of this with Theater of the Mind. So first, what I want to do is I want to talk about going through the schedule. This is Monday, so it's basically your odd day. So, Tricky and Wildfish, you guys actually share your first class, Dungeoneering Fundamentals, with Errata Speckerton. Now, when you guys enter this class and meet Errata Speckerton, you might have met him already, but for the sake of the players, you use this opportunity to get a familiar understanding, or at least refamiliarize yourself with Errata Speckerton as a teacher, as a person. Errata, or actually, let me go ahead and, without going into too deep outside of Theater of the Mind, I am going to show all the different maestros and maestras and sort of pinpoint each one as we go, so you can have a visual of what they look like. So Errata Speckerton would be the pure white albino kobold that is right here. Errata Speckerton is the artificer maestro and handles a lot of the sort of artisan-like trades and courses of the Arcana dorm. He is very physical compared to a lot of the other members of the Arcana dorm. So he includes courses involving countermeasures and appraisal and stuff like that. And even in Dungeoneering Fundamentals, you have some instances like that. You notice that Errata Speckerton, for the most part, is very aloof and very offhand when it comes to his training, when it comes to his courses. When you guys enter, especially when it comes to Dungeoneering Fundamentals, Errata takes a little bit of time summarizing the course, almost a syllabus style of what to expect and what you should be expecting to learn and the core values of the class. But aside from that, and a minor lecture about the fundamentals of Dungeoneering Fundamentals being the first class, you're mostly handed exercise lists and worksheets and are, sort of left to your own devices to work on those tasks on your own. You'll notice that most of the time, many students are sort of slacking off in that class because they're not being monitored as closely. And, they openly help each other. There's a bit of an air of cooperation in this course. You do, of course, notice that among the rest of the students, a lot of the students are paying a particular attention, distracted from their work, looking at the latest student, Rosetta, who has taken, it seems, all of Errata Speckerton's courses. I would like for you guys to roll an insight check.
Insight.
Yes.
That's my insight check.
Okay. And Fish? There we go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do I need to disable the thing again?
Classic 20.
Ooh.
All right. So, Crick, You, using your insight, can, generally feel the room, and you, of course, notice, similar to on Friday, having the student's eyes on Rosetta gives her a bit of an unnerving presence. He feels a bit uneasy, but you also notice that she's able to kind of move away from it by focusing on the work that was presented to her. He seems to be particularly diligent, keeping herself singularly focused on the tasks provided by Errata Speckerton. But you do notice, of course, some facet of her discomfort cannot be, let's say, cannot be veiled. However, in addition to this, Tricky, you notice that a lot of Rosetta's discomfort is not actually from the students themselves, but actually stems from the observation of Rosetta by Errata Speckerton himself. You note that Errata Speckerton, after having passed the documents and sort of left to his own desk to muddle over his next experiment, instead, you catch him catching glances, sneaking glances at Rosetta, furiously writing into his notebook.
Do I find myself capable of sensing telepathic presence in such as the way I'd connect to other people? Do I think I can connect to Rosetta as well?
You want to try to telepathically connect to Rosetta, is what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, you go ahead and try to forge a telepathic bond with Rosetta. Give me a wisdom check. Straight wisdom. It's a bit challenging to try to use a telepathic bond with a construct. And despite some of your efforts, you can't really quite get it to work. You managed to sneak a telepathic bond once or twice. You managed to break through in some connection, but you lose it just as quickly as you receive it.
Okay.
You note that through your attempts, Rosetta does not seem to notice at all.
Yes. I suppose she'd only notice if I actually got a message through.
Right.
I guess the only way I'd be able to do anything is actually approach. So I do want to hear Fish's thoughts on the matter first.
Sure.
Fish get the same information or any more information?
Fish. You saw the discomfort from Rosetta, and you pinpointed it to the students observing her, and you notice Rosetta's sort of determination to stay focused on her work. Fish noticed that it wasn't actually the students, the bit of a red herring. It's actually the teacher himself. It's actually Errata Speckerton that seems to be the major source of Rosetta's discomfort, as he continuously sneaks glances at her and writes notes, seemingly unrelated to whatever experiment. He seems to be acting different than you'd normally expect from his courses. Of course, only Fish notices this.
Very interesting. Well, seeing as Tricky and Fish pretty usually have the psychic connection going.
Yeah, they're telebuddies.
She's gonna be able...
Teletubbies?
Yeah.
We're telebuddies.
Nothing sneaks past Fish or Tricky as long as either of them notice.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like Advantage.
Hey, so Fish says to Tricky, "Hey, you seeing this? What's going on? Is he being a creep?"
It feels like he's being a creep.
She's getting... What is he doing? Can you see?
I don't know what being a creep is exactly like. You'll have to forgive me on this.
Well, he keeps staring at her, and he's obviously making her uncomfortable. And what is he writing? It's obviously about her.
Regardless of how well your perception is, there's no way from your desks you can see what Errata is writing.
Would you like me to do something about it?
I don't know. What could we even do?
Sit in front of her.
Good plan. We'll swap seats.
Okay. It's worth noting that you guys are mostly sitting where you want. I'm going to say, give me a random d20 roll.
Okay.
Both of us?
No, just one of you. I'm gonna make an assumption that you guys decide to sit next to each other as friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you rolled the 19. So you guys came in. Rosetta actually entered the class before you, and she happens to be sitting mostly next to you. There's 1 or 2 desks between you, or rather benches.
Okay. Do other students know? Has it been publicized that I'm telepathic?
Have you informed the Barania dorm that you are telepathic?
I think
I believe yes, you did so.
I believe we decided yes, but they don't know the full range of my telepathy.
That is what I remember. And so it's safe to say that most people who read Ultimagazine would know that you're telepathic.
Okay. I'm going to not use my telepathy. I'm going to stand up and is the person who would sit behind me currently sitting behind me? Or are they bustling around Rosetta?
Oh, most people are still in their seats, but they're a bit distracted from their worksheets. The person behind you is actually just lazing around. They're almost napping.
Okay. I'm going to turn around and talk to the person behind me.
All right, hold on.
I would like you to go switch seats with Rosetta.
Excuse me? Roll a charisma check.
Okay. I did it. I rolled a good one.
Oh,
What
that's
is
really
with
good.
you guys in nat 20s today?
Why?
Do I really need to tell you? It's complicated, but if you really want to know, I can go through it step by step.
No, I guess it's fine. Secreton's not really keen on having us moving around so much, but I'll try.
Yeah, just tell her I said it was okay. She trusts me to some extent, I think.
All right. He nods, stands up, and starts making his way to Rosetta's desk. However, the moment he actually makes quote-unquote contact, gets close enough to Rosetta, close enough for Errata Speckerton to notice that he has obviously moved on Rosetta, or moved to Rosetta, Speckerton pipes up quickly. Hey, excuse me, is there a reason for you to be moving away from your desk? Oh, I just wanted to... If you're done with your work, show me. Are you done? Please return to your seat. Don't leave until you're done with your work. Yes, Mr. Speckerton. He retreats back to his original seat. Sorry.
I apologize to him in return.
Your efforts are appreciated.
It looks like it's not going to be that easy to get Rosetta where you need her. Unless you have any other bright ideas, you might be stuck in the situation you're in for the rest of class.
Fish. Any other ideas?
Could do a distraction.
Okay.
So I normally, it's embarrassing, but I could make myself cough up a hairball and have to be escorted to the nurse.
That is embarrassing.
But it would cause quite the scene, and no one would question it since I'm a cat.
I suppose.
Although, do I really want to do that? Because I mean, like, what if? Oh, never mind. Forget it. Nope. I could throw something when he's not looking.
I believe he's always looking.
Yeah. You made the mental note that Arata seems to be fixated on Rosetta. It's going to be next to impossible to sneak anything around Rosetta without Speckerton noticing.
I'm just gonna
You also
stand up and
you
walk
also
over to
you
Rosetta.
also know Speckerton to be particularly paranoid.
I'm just gonna stand up and walk over to Rosetta.
Okay. Stand up and make your way to Rosetta. In the same vein, Speckerton barks at you as you approach. Excuse me. Critic. He butchers your name slightly. There's a reason you're moving away from your desk.
Yes. When I was in the raid, or rather, when the raid happened, I was locked down with Rosetta. I would like to check on her. Is that a problem?
Roll a charisma skill of your choice.
I guess I'll just do persuasion. I did not do a good one.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking of how Speckerton would respond to something like. He would probably say something. Oh, he would definitely shoot you down. He would probably give an excuse, something about how, you know, all the students were observed and accounted for at the end of the raid. No one was harmed. There's no need. Please return to your seat.
I try to catch Rosetta's eye for a moment.
I mean, she's definitely observing the conversation because it's happening right next to her.
I just give her like a fairly long look of understanding.
You give her the wink.
Not the, well, I can't wink. I can't.
That's
blink. True. I have no eyelids.
Yikes.
But I return to my desk.
Okay.
And that's all I've got.
Yeah. You might spend a few minutes more thinking about this. Suddenly, Rosetta stands up. Maybe before you have a chance to like maybe you've hatched another plan of action or another scheme. Maybe you're about to resort to the hairball. Whether you're still thinking about the plot or whether you're about to launch your next scheme, Rosetta shoots up from her desk. Stammers out a bit nervously. Maestro Speckerton, I'm done with my work. Oh, are you now? May I? Please return? Yep. He like motions over her, like, you know, give it here. And she walks down, hands Speckerton the worksheet. He gives her a bit of a look down. It's a bit longer than you'd expect, and then starts scanning through the document. His expression changes from that of skepticism to mild shock, and then approving look. Very good work there. Yes, very good. Yes, I'd like to leave now. Thank you. She turns around and makes a bolt to the exit. Before Speckerton can say anything else, he's basically gone. Speckerton, without having any more work for her, resigns.
Okay. I'm happy with that.
The rest of the class is uneventful. Aside from that, I would like to bring our attention to... I would like to bring our attention to Samuel. Samuel, your morning class involves taking the Scribe Studies course with Yazim. And while this course is relatively uneventful, you do have an opportunity to meet the other first-year student who happens to be in the same class. He is an elf who seems to be wearing very sturdy, shining, gold-plated armor. He looks something like this. His very presence gives an unavoidable aura. He's the first thing you notice the moment you walk into the room. Aside from that, the lecture itself is relatively straightforward. I mean, it is scribe studies. It's just a matter of, understanding the languages you're currently writing, understanding how to use a library, understanding, the ethics, the mannerisms among scribing, which is basically the art of copying books and writing manuscripts. Give me a perception check.
All right. Fuck.
All right. You just hear a few mutters and rumors coming out around the students during the breaks in Yazim's lecturing. Something about this guy being popular. Something about this guy's popularity or his lineage. You don't quite catch a lot of it though. Yazim's booming voice kind of overpowers everyone else. But at the very least, you are able to familiarize yourself with this new person. During attendance, you learn that his name is Barthelian Sky.
Sky.
And yes, I will type that out for you.
Okay, I already have it.
All right.
Holy shit, how many R's are in Errata Speckerton anymore?
I kind of have expected when Samuel first entered the room and just sees the gold armor. It's just like a flashbang, just like God.
Yeah, it definitely, because you're a druid, right?
Yeah.
It might be an affront to your immediate senses to see such polished, solid plate armor. You might think to yourself, why would someone be wearing such heavy armor during scribe studies class? But he seems to wear it well and is proud of himself for it.
All right.
In the meantime, I'd like to take a bit of a moment and move on to Apis' class. Apis, you're currently taking situational awareness with Gregory Ruvev, who is this fellow right here. As well, Mosk Thunderkeg is in the crowd with you. You know that Mosk is going to be... you know that Mosk tends to join the Junior Expeditionist. And you think, and you know, quote, know, that Gregory is supposed to be running the Junior Expeditionists right now. And so while the actual class itself is completely unavailable, as the class ends, you have an opportunity to talk to Ruvev or Mosk about the Junior Expeditionist program.
I would have probably got a basic gist from my previous knowledge, so I wouldn't really ask him after class.
Okay. In that case, nothing else has to happen. You go through about your day and you expect to see Gregory in a more relaxed setting during lunch or during the club fair. The event itself is not particularly eventful, although I will have you roll an insight check.
Oh boy.
Okay.
19.
Using your insight, while you would not, you do not feel the need to talk to either Mosk or Gregory Ruvev, about the junior expeditions, you would expect Gregory and Mosk himself to have a conversation. Have a conversation after class regarding that club. Usually talking about what their first mission might be or developments, from the end of the last semester, what have you. However, it comes to a bit of a surprise to you that at the end of class, Mosk does not seem to have that conversation with Gregory Ruvev, instead leaves uneventfully.
Interesting. Maybe then I'll make some small talk with Gregory about the club.
Yeah, so you might approach him and Gregory says, well, saw you coming, haha. He chuckles a bit, making a joke about the class he was just teaching you. He says, Apis, hope you had a pleasant summer. I've heard some nasty rumors, but it's good to see you're doing better than ever.
Yes. Rumors, well, can or cannot be true sometimes, and obviously this one isn't true. But I do look forward to joining again this year.
You mean the expeditionists, of course. I don't think I had a chance to tell you, unfortunately. There's been some discussion, and it seems like there's been some, you know that I work with the expeditionists team along with Sister Nicole and Atelier Root, the sort of collective whole, you understand. And we've had some arrangements, and of course, I'll still make sure that I'm closely involved in the project. But for those registration purposes, you'll actually be seeing Mr. Root.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
It's nothing to worry about, just classic bureaucratic nonsense. You'll be sure to see me during those events. I would never miss it.
Well, regardless, I look forward to it.
Likewise, same do I. Hope to see you in the next class, of course. Do you have any more classes with Gregory Ruvev? You don't. He doesn't say that. He says he'll see you tomorrow at the signups. 3:30. Yes.
Sounds good.
Sorry, I didn't catch it earlier, but thanks so much, So. I really appreciate you hanging out, spending as much time as you could, even though it's so late. It really means a lot to me. All right. Finally, I want to move on to Ruktuk's classes. Ruktuk, we're going to skip a little bit.
Oh no. I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Oh, wait. Actually, I'm going to... If we're willing to skip a little bit, I'm actually going to skip a whole lot and move on to... Because I said the classes themselves are pretty thoroughly glossed over. Is there anything you guys want to do after classes or during lunch?
I mean, I always am interested in saying hi to Rosetta, but
give me a perception check.
boy, I'll percept.
All right. Ironically, try as you might, during lunch, you look around. I mean, depending on how thorough your scan is or how thoroughly you search, you can't seem to find Rosetta in the cafeteria. It kind of makes sense. Rosetta, being a Warforged, doesn't need to eat.
Yeah, presumably, yeah.
Well, you know that constructs don't need to eat, and you figure that Rosetta is a construct. So putting 2 and 2 together is not that difficult.
Okay.
Seems like it's going to be difficult to find her during lunch, and after school doesn't really yield much better results.
Huh.
Is there anything in particular anyone wants to do, like during lunch or after class?
Well, I know I have detention.
You do have detention. Your detention is quite strict. It is mostly you sitting down and writing, self-apologetic statements regarding your altercation with WoW. WoW, of course, is also sitting there. Regardless of how dedicated you are to the detention task that is assigned to you, a detention task, by the way, which I'm going to say Pajago Summerchrome is overseeing. That is the gnome. Looks like this, by the way. Regardless of how seriously you take it, it becomes very apparent that WoW himself is not taking it very seriously. Leaning his chair back and kicking his legs up on the desk, not bothering to write anything.
I glance at him in disgust and go back to writing.
Okay. He shares your disdain. Whenever you glance at him, every so often you catch him glaring back at you.
Glaring?
Jeering?
No, jeering is a different word.
Scowling is probably the best description.
Jeering is like insulting.
Yeah, jeering's
Listen, we were just saying all these names I wanted to included.
Okay.
I'm just happy to be here.
I also
Alright.
just now realized that the faceless student NPC tokens,
Yes.
it's actually just basically a silhouette of a person
Yes.
with long hair. I thought it was just a funky design this whole time.
Oops. Yes, it is meant to be
To
a
be fair,
silhouette. It's
same.
literally a nameless face. It's also intentionally androgynous.
After
Okay.
classes, Rektuk is gonna go visit the library and learn that stuff.
That is true. You need to go to the library.
Yeah.
All right. So, you have a chance to go to the library. Let's get everyone settled in. Actually, she would not be there. She would. Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna move the tokens around. I have all the characters around in order to make things as believable as possible, but I don't want to like move tokens in and then accidentally there are 2 Melanies in the world. That would be problematic.
Just
Oh,
secret twin.
at some point, I'm gonna be looking for Nilo again.
That's true. You needed to find Nilobon Rock for Labyrinth, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do after school because you guys still need to look for people. Let's get everyone involved. Okay, so Ruktuk, you're going to the library, and I'll do this real quick unless anyone wants to follow Ruktuk into the library.
You know what? I could use some extra studying, so I'll probably swing by the.
I ain't on that nerd shit.
I might as well look the part of a scholar.
All right. So, Melanie, of course, is like, Ruktuk, welcome in. I was expecting you.
Hi.
You came in just at the right time. People are coming in and checking out as much as they can manage. Look at these people. They haven't reserved anything for their courses. Can you imagine? He kind of laughs it off. Yes, so you wanted to help. Let me... And she sort of ruffles through some papers and starts giving you handouts about, like, you know, this is the way that the books are categorized, and this is, you know, it gives you a little box that has a stamp that you use in order to help check out books and stuff like that. And she sort of starts giving you the rundown of how it works, and she maybe concludes it with like, okay, so for today, I'd like for you to observe, make sure that there's no ne'er-do-wells around, and just familiarize yourself with the layout and the categorization. Starting tomorrow, there will certainly be an opportunity for you to get some real work in, but for now, make yourself comfortable.
Ruktuk looks like a little kid you just let loose in a candy store.
Yep.
And it's just like absolutely scouring all the books and seeing what they have and eyeing up the stamp, just overjoyed.
Yep. Okay. You go to town. Give me an intelligence check.
where's my character sheet? There it is.
And I'm gonna say you have advantage because you have a background in librarianism.
Alright. Advantage, intelligence. Nice!
Okay. Is that a saving throw? I mean, it's the same idea.
Yeah, I think it's the same idea.
All right, you have an absolute blast. You basically get a thorough rundown of everything in the library, and you just have a wonderful time. There's nothing particularly special that comes with it, but it's great.
Raktuk is having a ball. They are the happiest little thing you could find right on campus.
In the meantime, Apis, you are a wizard, right? Which means that the library has a special meaning for you. There are some areas of the library which will include archives and collections of spells that you can transcribe into your spell book if you're willing to rent the book and pay the cash to, provide the inks and practice materials.
Ooh.
So, if you want to spend some time doing that, you would need to, of course, refer to someone who has extensive knowledge of the library's layout, and of course, provide the appropriate rental fee.
Get back to me. I'm gonna take a look at the spells that I can hit. I was not expecting presents today.
All right.
But it's Christmas morning.
So let's say we're nearing, you've had some time. How much time would you spend doing this, Raktuk?
How much time of the day is there?
It is mid-afternoon. You can stay here until late in the evening if you really like.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, good. Something's going to happen to
Raktuk's second home.
Something's going to happen to you in the early evening.
God damn it.
But before that, while Apis is figuring out what present he wants for wizard spells, I'm going to move to Tricky, who wants to look for Nylobon Rock. Tricky, Nylobon Rock after school would either be in the sand pit, the arena, or would be at the tavern, at the sort of like little tavern diner kind of deal. That is not the cafeteria; it's its own establishment. The place where you were interviewed.
Sand pit.
You want to go to the sand pit?
Yeah.
Ooh, sand pit.
I'm taking the cat with me.
You're taking you're taking Wildfish with you?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Vysserae! Howdy rowdy! Thank you for checking out the chat. I'm glad you can make it. You're catching us during after-school shenanigans. The session has been good. Guys, please tell me the session has been good. Please give me validation, please. Thank you.
Been good so far, yeah.
Help!
I need more people.
We're locked in the basement. I can't go home.
I need more people taking notes because I'm losing steam on the note taking.
You're losing your mind. I'm sure everyone will take notes, and then we can aggregate them after the fact.
You know what the great thing is? We have VODs.
VODs are great.
Mods are good.
Someone take notes.
Man, this session was so good. I think I'll have it again. And then you just like rewind the entire video.
I don't want to watch my VODs. I don't like to
Be kind, rewind.
I'll watch the VODs. I'm planning on editing them down anyway, so.
Okay, Kaus is my savior. Yeah, going to the sand pit, taking the cat.
I thought that fish is just the cat.
Yep, there's no other cats in this world.
Well,
it's like the one
there was
scene
one
from Legally Blonde. I'm taking the dog, you dumbass.
Well, she's not a cat, she's the cat.
Okay. Very important.
Ray said there was
cat,
there was at least one more cat last session, except it went goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah, so you make your way to the sand pit. Ooh, blue, 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 blue. where lots of people are performing regular exercises, and you look out. There is Nylobon Rock observing and providing feedback, occasionally, pointing out form and things like that. You notice a stark contrast between the two halves that are performing their exercises. On the left side, Shuni of the Spinning Tail is, rigorously pepping everyone up and doing the exercises with them, and hyping everyone up and proceeding at a rapid fire pace with each new exercise. Nylobon Rock is more on the lines of, "You're doing good, buddy, keep it up," and then just sitting back at his chair and enjoying the view and, having an apple. Howdy Zombie, thank you for checking out the stream.
I'm gonna put the cat on my shoulders and then climb up the wall.
We're gonna climb up the wall.
I'm gonna climb up the wall, this wall, and then go around to Nyla.
Okay. I think you should be able to move your characters if you'd like, but you climb up the wall. Do you make your presence known? Like you're not trying to sneakily, trying to sneak up on Nyla, are you?
I'm trying to talk to him.
Okay, just double checking. Oh shoot! Zombie to subscribe to me with their mom's credit card, and by that I mean a Prime subscription. Thank you so much. Did you know? If you or your mom and dad have Amazon Prime, that means that you or your mom and dad also have Twitch Prime, so you can get free subs every month.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Your mom.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, yo, I want a free sub. Can it be Italian?
Did you know? Depends on what kind, because if we're not talking meatball subs, get me out of here.
Be good for this stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you know? Freaking Ursa wants all the moms.
No, I was gonna make a joke about getting free subs. Thank you. And then I was like, no.
Not that kind of stuff. Here. Oh my god, Mr. Taco 128 was reminded that their mom has Twitch Prime. I can't believe my shilling of mom's credit card works. Have you ever had those moments where you're like, I can't believe these people are shilling in the middle of their streams? So shallow. And then I was like, I'll do it once as a joke, and then it worked. It actually worked.
You know what?
I can't get over that.
Funny.
What?
My Twitch Prime is actually my mother's Twitch Prime. My mother's Amazon
my god!
Prime. If I Twitch Prime to you, it is my mother's credit.
You mean when you Twitch Prime to me, right? Right?
I don't know who I've Twitch Prime to lately.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Do I have my Twitch Prime?
That being said, thank you so much for the support.
I never resubscribed to anybody when I got my Twitch Prime back.
Yeah, it's hard to remember to refresh those. I
change it every month.
I always
support everyone.
I always just like to go to the reminders app on my phone and just set a thing once a month. Just be like, hello, Twitch Prime. You have $2.50 you can use.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Aha!
What?
Thank you, Daddy.
I'm here.
Oh shoot!
Nylobon Rock.
Three Prime subs in a row. Moms are OP.
Thank you for reminding me about
let
this.
me talk to your mom, Divine. I want to congratulate her. I want to thank her for her support.
We don't.
Yeah,
talk
we're just gonna talk.
Oh, we don't talk to my mom. No. We don't talk to my mom.
Yeah, just gonna talk.
It's 'cause
I'm
she
not gonna
a
become
bitch.
your new dad.
No.
Hey, do you want two moms?
I'm here.
Bad touch. Bad touch.
I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk to a cat with another cat.
Yeah, and someone else here. Someone else is here to talk to a cougar. We're not so different, you and I.
Ah!
Look,
Dryad.
Look, one of us is talking about MILFs, and this one is talking to the DILF cat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it's not fun when it's my characters. It's okay.
It's not fun anymore.
It's okay when it's it's okay when it's someone else's actual mom, but it's not okay when it's my made up imaginary character.
How dare you?
So anyway, I slam dunk the cat onto the couch.
I shriek.
All right.
With a thump.
All right, you slam dunk the cat. You slam dunk the cat. Nilo takes notice of you as you make your slam dunk maneuver. Oh my God, Strom, subbing with Prime. Thank you so much for your mom.
No, that one's just on me. That one's actually just my friend.
Well, your mom burst you, and you have it. So, regardless, thank you for your mom. Thank your mom for you.
Please, Dryad, you don't.
This is how you farm subs, people.
You don't need to be our dad.
Yeah, this is how you farm subs, people. You run a D&D game. Why have simps when you can have D&D players?
You just want us to be your children by fucking our moms.
No, I didn't. Whoa! I'm not talking about. I don't want to drop. I'm not dropping that bomb. I'm just saying, like, Twitch Primes. Listen, okay. There are many love languages. Touch, a popular one. Touch is a popular language. Passionate, loving, sweaty touch is popular. But my love language is Twitch Prime subs. Okay?
I am trying to look for spells, guys.
You can't.
By the way,
Thank you. I'm so glad that I'm your favorite. I was just checking.
Oh my God, Ursa Celestis subscribe with Prime.
Hey.
I literally just got subbed by all my players. This is
Oh, God.
Not yet.
I'm
Well,
already subbed to you. That's the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Hey,
I don't
six
have
sub.
Prime.
What? I heard
By the
something
way,
about fans.
Don't let Kaus use intelligence saving throws instead of intelligence checks.
You're right, but Kaus is not proficient in intelligence saving throws, so I let it slide. It's the same.
But they did have
Same number.
advantage on them.
Yeah. I told Kaus that they had
okay.
advantage.
Oh, God.
I have a small brain, but I just want to play D&D and stop fucking other people's moms.
Why not both?
We signed up for stream. Sometimes it do be like that. All right.
Where's the mom
I
fucking?
do feel
We
bad
are way
about
off
this.
Oh, here's the mom fucking spell.
Okay.
Oh, charm
Dryad
person.
gets one Prime sub, and we're completely fucking
I'm
off track.
gonna hang up.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cringe. No. Please come back. Please come back.
You gonna cry?
Okay. All right. Back on.
Finish the
Everyone,
rest of it.
everyone,
So
calm down. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put us back on the rails. Back on the rails. We're going on the rails. Back on the rails. You have a cat.
You just went off the
Running
rails.
us.
You have a cat, and she has been dunked onto the sofa next to or aside from Nilo Bon Rock, and Nilo, of course, notices you with this sick maneuver. Wow. Well, that's one way to introduce yourself. Tricky! I had a chance to talk to you on Friday. Nasty stuff we had. Glad to know you're okay. Thought they were trying to kidnap you again. How you doing?
They tried to kidnap an acquaintance, so close enough, I suppose.
They did? What? No one told me such a thing. You didn't mention that before. Well, you talked
Give you
about...
the rundown if you really wanted it.
He was definitely there when you told the rundown, although I don't know if you ever used the word kidnap. But he would have been present for your rundown during Friday's sort of interrogation.
Yeah.
So he says that, and then eventually kind of connects with Dasi. You're talking about Ruktuk.
Yeah, Ruktuk got tied up and tried to carry away. That's kind of a kidnapping.
That's kind of a kidnapping.
I'm so glad you consider me an acquaintance.
Well, yes.
Yeah, well,
You aren't as close as the rest of the group yet because you haven't quite
I
fought.
haven't interacted with anyone really yet.
You haven't
Same.
quite fought. Yeah, so outsiders are Ruktuk and Apis. Actually, Apis is like not even an acquaintance yet. No fucking clue who this guy is. But yeah.
Do we not have a class together?
Apis, yeah, I've tried to
Oh,
tie
who-
your relationships together somehow.
Yeah, we
And,
don't have a class together.
The big thing is that oh my god, did I get an actual hype train? Sorry, I can't get over this.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, Nilo.
Yes.
All tragic near-death experiences aside, I would like to participate in extracurricular activities.
Ah, it's about time too. After the heroics you pulled on Friday, I was wondering when you were gonna put in some effort with the rest of the team. You know, I always said you'd make a good expeditionist.
I meant your sport thing.
You you mean Labyrinth? He seems really surprised, but ponders for a little bit. Huh. Yeah, that could work. Ah, I'd be glad to have you on the team, Tricky.
Yes. Maybe also the cat.
Cat.
Nuh-uh.
Oh.
Get crushed out there.
You may be small, but you're fast.
Yeah, but I'm also... Come here. She gestures for him to bend down so he can hear
Huh?
her.
The Nilo Bunrock clearly seeing you lean in for a whisper, playfully gets as close to you as possible, as if to listen in.
No.
He comes in to listen, and that like makes it very obvious that he's like listening in on the conversation as a bit of a goof.
Fish shuts her mouth and instead whispers via telepathy.
Oh, that's no fun. He goes back to his sofa.
She looks him dead in the eye as he's standing right there, and instead whispers through
What?
telepathy.
Yeah, and that's what Nilo says. Nilo's like, "Oh, that's no fun," and then he retreats.
But I'm lazy. I don't want to have to run around out there.
Very well.
Also, I heard that in falconry, you get a free pet. How cool would that be?
I have a feeling it's more work to keep a pet than it is to go play ball.
Psh, as if.
Well, we're allowed 2 clubs, aren't we?
You are allowed to choose 2 clubs to join. Yes.
Well,
Fish is just trying to find a way out of doing this.
Ricky
Yeah.
doesn't press
Well,
it.
as you think about this, think quote unquote in telepathy for a little while, Nilo is waiting patiently, and he's like, so what's the story?
The cat is a coward.
A coward.
Hey, don't call me a coward.
Listen, just because those turn balls are almost as big as you are, they won't hurt.
Fine. You know what? I'm joining just to prove you wrong.
Oh, you know.
Do you say this telepathically or out loud?
No,
No, I say this out loud.
We're talking out loud now.
Okay.
We need a way to differentiate. We need what is it called?
Just add some reverb.
Yeah, we need voice mod and just reverb ourselves when we're talking.
Well, when you tell Tricky that you would actually join the Labyrinth team, you can see you can see Nilo's eyes light up like, that's so wonderful. Having new people around is always gonna hype up our next escapades. And you know, if you don't like the actual team, there's always cheerleading.
I think I'll pass.
You sure? Everyone likes having, you know, the more tabaxis, the merrier.
No, never mind. It would be a stupid question. Okay, no.
Your stupid question, cat.
Shh, go away. No, I will not be a cheerleader. I'm going to prove to this guy right here that I can beat him.
Healthy competition. I love it. Well,
you don't need to roll insight for this one because you know Tricky well enough, but there is I'm looking for a word. Give me a second here. It's not an expression that... It's a very alien expression of delight to your competition. And he nods to Nilo, and he's gonna start scooting his boot.
Scooting the boot. All right. Well.
Canadian now?
Yeah. He kind of gives you the last piece of he kind of gives you the last piece of info as you leave, and he's like, you know where the Labyrinth Arena is, right? And he gives you like the directions, blah blah blah, and he's like, we're gonna be there after school tomorrow. It's just gonna be some pick-me-ups and then tryouts for next week.
Thank you.
See you later.
All right. Joshua, you're doing good. Keep at those. I can see you making a sweat. He kind of returns back to his training group, and then drinks something that you're pretty sure is alcoholic.
I full on fucking just full send it, jump off.
All right. Yeah. Tricky, your bug friend has jumped off.
Fish, your bug friend has
sorry.
jumped off.
Sorry, Fish, your bug. You guys are almost the same person. They're inseparable.
I grumbled to myself and scrambled down.
Yeah, I mean, you can climb down fairly easily. In the meantime, Apis, have you decided what book you want?
There's a funny little spell. It's called Borrowed Knowledge.
Borrowed Knowledge.
It is a 2nd level divination spell from Strixhaven. And it basically allows me for an hour to gain a proficiency in a chosen skill.
Awesome.
Which I feel like might be useful.
That would be useful. How will you acquire such a book? You can either search for it yourself or inquire the aid of a professional librarian.
I mean, I see Ruktuk.
You absolutely see Ruktuk. Ruktuk, what have you been doing up to this point? Since it took you so long, I want to say that it's now nearing the early evening.
Ruktuk has been, after like familiarizing themselves with all the books in the library and like where everything is, they've just started flipping through books of interest to them, which is all sorts of things, and they've sort of been bouncing around, sort of scribbling down a list of things they want to read later.
Okay, position yourself as you like.
Alrighty.
Does Ruktuk seem like an aid?
Well, you aren't you friends with Ruktuk?
No.
Wait, how does Ruktuk know? How do you?
I don't think Rectuck really knows anyone.
Does know
Yeah.
anyone? Oh, I thought everyone had at least one relationship with an existing character,
Apis?
like a player character.
Apis
Yeah,
is-
I have Wildfish.
Oh, right. You're right.
That's a
I mean, we got to
Yeah.
know each other quite well after that first session.
I wasn't there,
He
though.
wasn't
Yeah.
there.
True.
Give me an insight check. All right. You have been maneuvering around trying to find a library aid. Your first instinct, of course, is to go to Melanie herself. But at the moment, she's incredibly busy. She seems to be overworked, swamped, helping students one after another, getting pulled over on some manner of issue of some kind by other maestros. You know, Pajago asks her a question, and then Yazim comes in. Other students pile on. She never seems to have a moment for you. On the flip side, you do notice some of the students that are a bit more studious, and a kobold, minuscule in stature, a green top and a yellow scales, catches your eye. They have been fawning over books for the last minute and a half, and something about them seems pretty, I mean, you want to say you think obsessive, but that's a bit not very charitable, so maybe passionate is a better word.
But I don't see any other aids.
Yeah, I wasn't joking when Melanie was overworked.
Yeah, I don't want to be that asshole. Haven't been in a library like that before. I am just gonna rather hesitantly walk over and just clear my throat behind Ruktuk.
I can imagine you like testing the waters, being like, not like asking if Ruktuk can help you, but just being like, man, if only I could find this book. Just like thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Rectuck like instantly looks up at them and is just like, do you need help? I know where that is.
Oh, you're aid around here?
Gonna be. Melanie just showed me the ropes.
Oh, if it isn't too much hassle, I'm looking for a book that may have a particular spell in it.
Oh, what spell?
From what I heard, it's called Borrowed Knowledge.
Alright, do I know where that is now that I've been going through the library?
You rolled a 20. Yes, you do. It's going to be. Yes. It's going to be borrowed knowledge is probably going to be somewhere. It's actually right around here, right around the corner. Perfect.
Yeah, Rectuck just kind of idly ushers them over and pops the book off the shelf, handing it over.
All right. So you start skimming through the books looking for the right title, because obviously there are works by many famous spellcasters here, and you're trying to find the person who sort of coined the term borrowed knowledge. Divination is a specialty here. You thumb through it. Apis, you are waiting. And after a moment, you find the book. You pull the book from the shelf, and you spot something in the corner of your eye. Someone who is approaching you.
Uh-oh.
Another Dragonborn.
Uh-oh.
Entered the library, looking around, spots you on the far end, and as if finding what he was looking for, starts casually maneuvering towards you.
So I notice him out of the corner of my eye, or?
Yeah, both of you notice. I'm saying Ruktuk, like think of it like a horror movie where like Ruktuk is like had like reached their hand out and pulled the book, and then like as the book lowers, the camera like reveals Wow on the far end of the hall, and Ruktuk sees him. That's like my visual imagery.
Do I happen to know who this is?
No.
All right. Good.
Anyway, Ruktuk is approaching, and you have some time to react if you care. Of course, you might not know who Wow is either.
Ruktuk doesn't know, but Ruktuk can just tell by looking that Wow doesn't look very nice, and definitely somebody to be either feared, avoided, or praised.
That sounds about right for the average kobold's relationship with the average dragonborn.
Yeah. So Ruktuk is gonna hand that book over to Apis. And otherwise, just kind of slink back amongst the shelves.
It's too
I'm
late.
gonna just like cock my head slightly to the side. Are you okay?
Before Ruktuk has a chance to answer that question, you hear a Dragonborn's voice on the other end of the hall as Wa'o approaches. Yo! He seems almost friendly from your perspective, Apis. He calls out and waves at Ruktuk particularly. He does that thing where he's waving, and for a split second you can't tell whether he's waving at you or at Ruktuk.
Alright, I just look over towards Ruktuk because I don't think I know this person. So
Hey, you got
say wave.
Hey, you got a second, right, to talk? Yeah, you do.
Ruktuk just points at themselves like, me?
Yeah, you. I was checking the scheduling and all that, and I know we got some classes together. And he mentions the classes that I totally have up on my class ledger. You guys got Chrysalis History and Attunement together. And he has this conversation. He's just gonna have this conversation with you. I don't know what Apis is gonna do, but he's gonna mostly ignore Apis and just talk to Ruktuk directly. And Wow is just like, I signed up for this class, but wouldn't you know it, they just ran out the bookstore all the way over in Min Street, just ran out of what I needed, and it was just a damn shame. I was gonna say, hey, we're pals, we're buddies. He kind of like uses a sort of your draconic sort of bond. He kind of plays into that a little bit. And he was like, how about you help a butt out? Think I could borrow your books tomorrow?
Real quick, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Ruktuk. I just need a moment. I am gonna cast Moment to Think.
You can. I need a minute. Just give me a second.
I just need a minute.
right.
Basically looking, trying to make it look like I'm also walking away.
Go for it. Okay. So you say so. You take one step and then cast Moment to Think. What are you using with your time? By the way, I do need to remind you that you are not a sorcerer, and Moment to Think is a spell. So you are saying, hey, I need a minute, walking away, and then like start to glow blue as you obviously cast the spell. While might say something like, what's his problem? And then like before he can finish saying problem, time freezes for you.
All right. The intuition in me says something's up. Can I tell by Ruktuk's
Oh
body
shoot!
language?
I'm getting bullied. I'm getting bullied here right now. Can I take a second? I'm getting bullied.
That's not the
The
only
park
person
ranger's
being
bullying
bullied
me.
right
Oh no! Hello, I returned. Sorry about that.
Hi.
My
You saw what
lovely
was in the Discord, right?
my lovely what?
You saw what was in the Discord from Strom?
Who was in the wait? What? What? Was in the Discord?
Campaign discussion, nerd.
Oh right, yeah. Strom. I think yeah. Okay. Strom had to leave
No,
early.
he's
I
getting
understand. Gosh, bad timing. I'm so sorry. In the meantime, my lovely park ranger brought me a suspicious donut. They said it was absolutely safe to eat. Eat right now?
Eat it.
Eat it. Eat it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
Hold on.
Eat it.
Magic item.
Hold on.
There is no poison in it whatsoever. It's perfectly safe to eat.
It's peanut butter. They know me too well.
Ooh.
Yo, my favorite type of donut is maple bacon.
Oh,
Gotta
no.
love that.
Oh. That
Oh,
sounds,
no.
We can't be friends anymore.
Oh
That
no.
sounds interesting, but
Oh,
I stick to my
no.
Boston cream.
It's really good.
Oh.
Oh, it's
Oh.
delicious. I just realized that I have peanut butter. I can't say anything. I'm stuck smacking my lips for the next minute. This was a mistake.
Okay, well, I'll
Good
take
job.
over as GM.
No.
Well.
No, I'm fine. Okay.
No.
You're doing insight. What are you
Sig.
about that? What's happening?
Well, Sig, if I could potentially peer into kind of like a Ruktuk's body language to see if this seems like a friendly encounter or a not so friendly encounter.
Well, you know from this world.
Wait, what's happening? Nah, you took a long time. You took a long time with that question. I'm done.
The general
Do you hear
way,
this?
The general,
it's
the
over.
general way that the general relationship between kobolds and dragonborn in this world is kobolds are in some way a bit
There's a bit.
there's a bit of a submissiveness, a sort of a hierarchy to it.
To be more specific, Dragonborn are kind of like celebrities to kobolds. It's as a general rule of thumb from a racial perspective. There's the idea that like the Dragonborn have like, because a lot of Dragonborn, even though there's not many of them, they have this air of nobility. They are usually coming from positions of power, and because of that, the kobolds, who are occasionally more timid or have shorter stature or their culture is a little different, again, in general, they see their sort of big brother Dragonborn as a bit of a celebrity. They kind of have it all, and they wanting to see their their draconic bloodline preserved and grow and expand, usually resign themselves to supporting the Dragonborn in their endeavors, as opposed to, forging their own lineage.
I actually hate it when your short stature makes you prefer another race.
Makes you submissive.
But in this particular instance, is that the case, or is it deeper than that?
Yes, so I'm going to roll. So in this scenario, you are determining that this is a bit of a one-sided conversation. What you don't sense is hostility. The Wao is not threatening Ruktuk or anything, but it's very obvious that Wao, being someone who comes from probably one of those expansive Dragonborn lineage, is definitely sort of leveraging his status. And he's here not because he's like particularly close friends with this kobold, but because this kobold has something this Dragonborn wants, and he wants the kobold to give it to him. He's kind of calling in a favor, except he never did the kobold a favor to begin with.
All right. If that's all I gather, I'll get out of it and then continue.
Leave them to their fate.
Well, I'm gonna step over here. That way, I can still like grab another book, pretend I'm reading that, but just
Sure.
keep an eye on it.
So how does Ruktuk respond? Wow, coming in being like, oh, wouldn't you know it? I don't have my books for this class that we're in, and you know, we're pals, we're friends, we're cut from the same cloth. Help me out. Think I can borrow your books tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome, I
And
knew I could count.
Ruktuk hands over the books.
So you can see a bit of surprise in Wao's eyes. He asked me to borrow the books tomorrow, but when you hand him the books directly, he like takes the signal and is all too eager to take the books now as opposed to waiting till tomorrow. He will accept the books and he's like, oh man, you don't know how much this is gonna help. I knew I could count on you. Well,
Friend Wao?
see you tomorrow. He kind of like, he got what he wants, so he's dipping out.
Friend Wao?
Friend Wao.
Bro,
Bro?
this is Fro.
Did I just see Brao?
Bro? Wabro?
There you go.
In the meantime, then, is there anywhere I can get like a second copy of said books?
You know exactly where they would be.
Yeah.
You would have to go down the stairs into the second floor and you'd go check a little divot there. You wouldn't know exactly where it's categorized. You've gotten yourself familiar. So I assume you go and get that. However, when you do so, you turn the corner, you rummage through the categories, and you realize, oh darn, all those books are already checked out.
You have to commend Ruktuk on actually just being a library genius, though. Jesus.
Freaking right.
Well, here's the thing. In my imagination, Ruktuk comes here right after school. Ruktuk gets a quick rundown. Ruktuk rolls a natural crit. And Ruktuk spends the next, like, 4 to 5 hours
Yeah.
learning this
Ruktuk is
library.
spending like 4 or 5 hours.
This is
in
early
library
evening.
learning it. Yeah. No, Ruktuk spent most of the day here.
Yeah. So I'm giving Ruktuk this.
Ah, shit.
But yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Because there's nowhere in the city I could get them in time for tomorrow.
You probably could, but you'd have to pay a substantial amount of money. I mean, probably not a lot for a big adventurer, but it's not nothing.
Because it's not like my family library would have copies of the books, would they?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Tell me more about your family.
So yeah, the reason Ruktuk went into Ultimacademy is because his mom went through the program and he wanted to follow in her footsteps. Otherwise, their library is basically their settled down thing. It's passed on the lineage on the dad's side. They have 5 siblings. They're the second youngest of all of them.
How long has your parents been running this library?
It's probably 3rd, 4th generation passed down.
Ooh, okay. In that case, give me a history check with advantage.
History. I should turn on the advantage first.
Hot diggity, that 18. Yeah. When you really think about it, it's not, you know, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit poor form to use an older edition, but you're pretty sure you have something that can be used to substitute the books you gave WoW.
Perfect. I will call a favor home and see if they can get them to me by tomorrow. If not, that's okay. Whenever they can get them to me.
Awesome. Okay. Good to know. I wish I knew what your mom looked like. Wait. I mean Ruktuk's mom. I need to know what Ruktuk's mom looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
You wanna know if she's hot?
No, stop! Ruktuk's.
Alright.
So, so the armor Ruktuk wears all the time is, like the first day of school gift from his mom. It was hers when she went through school.
Oh, that's actually really sweet. Also, Vysserae in chat says, "I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought that."
By the way,
so
that's like came
We're on the
back
same
to.
wavelength.
Oh man.
Ruktuk's mom,
Ruktuk's mom is
Ruktuk's mom.
Going on.
All right.
Thank you,
Let's
Mr. Taco,
With-
for the
with
suggestion.
With that said, I think we're all pretty much good for today. Not in the session, just today in game. Are we all good to, like, quote unquote, go to bed, take your dorms, and move on to the next day when you actually do your signups?
yeah.
Can I spend the 2 hours and the 100 gold in the evening to scribe borrowed knowledge?
So to actually rent the book itself, you also need to spend 20 gold. So it's going to be 120 gold total. And if you want to spend the 4 hours doing that, then yeah, you're in the dorm. You should be able to do that. Yeah. It would cost 120 gold total.
I will remove the 120 gold, slowly cry, as that is a lot of money, and
Yeah.
I'll transcribe that.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a reason why it's not that easy for wizards to abuse the spell scribing system. You're gonna run out of money really fast.
Yeah. But that seems like a very needed spell, so it's worth the money.
Okay. So
I'm just gonna redo some spells and excuse me, and then go on with the next day.
all right, the next day happens. You guys are, you know, preparing for the start of classes. I'm gonna skip through this in a little bit more. I'm gonna skip through this a little bit faster. One thing in particular is you, of course, have Ruktuk. You have been waiting for those books. You hope that you can get them in time, right?
Yeah.
And where are you waiting? I'd like to know.
Cause probably like close to the entrance of the school cafeteria area having breakfast if it's that time of day.
Okay. As a question, I know people are sensitive about all their characters, including their background. Am I okay with taking some narrative liberties with your parents?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
God damn it.
So you might
Sorry.
imagine that you're eating breakfast. You're waiting for your books, and maybe there's like 15 minutes before class starts. It's really cutting it close. at this time, everyone else is, scrounging for their own breakfast. It's a very crowded area. You're eating your food. The door opens, and you see that Yazim has stepped in. He says something aloud, trying to call out to a person in particular, and she says, Ruktuk, is Ruktuk in here? I believe you have a visitor. And before she can finish saying the word visitor, I'm going to do this. And Ruktuk's mom is big and slightly pinker. I don't know. Ruktuk's mom barges in the door, the other door next to Yazim, and goes like, Yoo-hoo! Is my darling Ruktuk here? There you are! She comes in and starts like
Mama!
snuggling you, and it's like,
yeah, Ruktuk's
oh,
snuggling right back.
Look at my little darling going to the first day of school. Now, remember, these are from... And she goes into this big tirade about, like, this is the library's book, so take good care of it, okay? Mommy loves you, and she pecks you on the cheek.
Can I draw Ruktuk's mom?
Yes. Yes, you can draw Ruktuk's mom.
Okay, cool.
Yes, please do.
Can I make her hot?
No, god damn it. No. God.
I was like, why would you accept Ursa of all people to draw anyone's mom?
Don't worry. I was joking about that part.
God damn it.
Uh-huh.
God damn it.
But yes, after this thoroughly embarrassing moment.
Oh, it's not embarrassing
she-
for Ruktuk.
she leaves.
Ruktuk loves their mom.
Yeah, I'm sure for Ruktuk it's not embarrassing at all, but the cafeteria,
Anyone else?
the
Yeah.
cafeteria filled with dozens of students is silent after that encounter.
Ruktuk is just beaming. Happiest little thing.
All right. So that was the thing that
adorable.
happened, and everyone else who was involved, including all the other PCs, saw that happen.
It's just Ruktuk visiting
You know what?
his mom.
You know what? That warms Apus's heart.
Aw.
Nerd.
God damn it.
Man, I can't kick you out of your own fucking server.
Yeah, no, I have the power here, dude. All right.
What's the
With-
matter of loving someone's loving your mom? I almost said someone.
What's the matter with loving your mom?
You're all fucking corrupting me. Holy shit.
All right. After this time, you guys have a chance to go through your classes. Now, the one big scene that I want to do here is the scene with Ruktuk and Wa'o during attunement and chrysalis history.
Alrighty.
Ruktuk, you have this course with Pajago Summerchrome, so moving the characters in. Pajago Summerchrome is the where did I put all my tokens? They're all gone. Great. I'm so
I also
smart.
think it would be interesting to have a scene in which we witness Wildfish in Pandora's class.
Oh, does Pandora and Wildfish have they do have a class, Yazim's class, don't they?
Also,
They-
all
they-
those
they do have a
times-
class.
So just so you know, all of those times where Fish has started to be like, oh, so is, and she just like cuts
Yeah.
off.
I know
That's because she's
exactly.
Really tempted to be like, oh, is Pandora there?
Yeah, I knew exactly what was happening there. I
good.
picked
I
up what
wanted
you
to
put
just, like,
down.
Was picking up
Nice.
what
I
she
just
was
wanted to
doing.
throw that out there for anyone who was listening and wasn't quite sure, and who maybe has missed out on the information about the crush.
It's a good call, yeah.
By the way, have I gotten like significantly louder out of nowhere?
No,
No?
Okay,
you
good.
sound the same. Have you tried yelling?
You sound just as blaringly loud as before. I'm just kidding.
Oh no,
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
no, I was just checking. But you know, I can go into telepathy mode now.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Oh. Show me.
We're in telepathy mode now.
Oh, it's not
You sounded
noticeable
the
here,
same, though.
unfortunately.
Oh, fuck. Wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
I can fix this.
You have to change your input
I
to
can
the
fix this.
voice one
Yeah.
in Discord.
Output, input. I can do this. Don't worry.
You've got this, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone believe. Type belief in the chat. Give Sigbur your energy. In the meantime, you guys have your attunement class.
Aha.
You got your attunement class with Wao, Ruktuk, and the class itself is, you know, as you expected. It's an attunement class, so it's mostly focusing on how attunement to magic items work and the rules on that, both from a mechanical spirit objective, but also from a narrative perspective, like how does attuning to an item actually affect your inner weave, and why that's so important to really maximize the effectiveness of items that you encounter that have been blessed with such a weave. It goes over that. Near the end of the class, you know, as expected, Pajago, with especially a lot of the Arcana classes in Pajago especially, he's like, all right, and for tomorrow, your homework is blah, 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 or sorry, for next course, for next class, for next time, your homework is blah, 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 you know, all that stuff. He gives you a list of pages and a list of questions and stuff, you know, that you would expect to see on the back of the book. You make a mental note. Oh, the questions you have on the back of your book might be not the same, because yours is a different edition.
Of course they'd be different.
But it's okay. Wow approaches you at the end of class.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, thanks again for those books earlier. They really helped. I'm sure you probably need them back. He actually physically hands you the books back.
Wow, bro.
What?
Yes.
Nani?
He takes the books and reaches them out and presents them to you.
Dude.
Thank you.
This-
I smell
As
crap.
as you reach in to take the books, however, he doesn't let go, and he continues. Hey, today's the first club fair, and Nilo's been giving me hell over the whole Labyrinth tryouts, and there's been so many people talking about joining. I'm being run ragged here. I'm exhausted, and all this homework's going crazy. I was thinking I could really use some help when it comes to tutoring and stuff. Some of this stuff went a little bit over my head, and you've got that crazy brain. Do you think you could help me out with a little bit of studying? I was thinking if you've got that homework down, I know that it's gonna be hard for me to find a book. Maybe we could. And he kind of goes over the implication.
We can study after class, absolutely. Whenever you have time.
Oh yeah, the thing is, and he starts making excuses about right after class, he's got some time at lunch, but after that, he's got the Labyrinth tryouts, and then, after that, he promised his friends he would do something, and he doesn't want to let down his friends.
I mean, I can help you over lunch, and we can have the question, and we can go through the questions, and then anything else.
Right? His demeanor.
We'll see what we can do.
As you start to resist, his demeanor starts to change a little bit. He's like, come on, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's just once, It's just a little bit for studying. I was hoping you could help out, be a bro, just the one time, so I can have something to at least look at before the next class. I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Wisdom save.
You have the rolls of a lion. Hey, anyone in their chat? Anyone there want to give me inspiration?
No.
Oh well,
nice to me.
Don't
Oh,
do
well,
it.
I tried.
Me 3 times last game.
Yeah, you stole.
Oh, thanks, Divine, for the inspiration.
Hey,
Hey.
call me out, bitch.
Hey,
No.
You stole a magic item from them.
That's true. It's okay. The inspiration did not help. WoW presses the issue, but you stand firm, or at least mentally you stand firm. You really think that the best. You really stick to your guns. The best way to work to make sure that the knowledge sticks is to work together. And
you can't just look at notes. You won't learn anything that way. You need to practice.
The books are just notes anyway. Okay, okay. We can study together, but if I want to make sure that I catch up to you when I'm studying, I should probably do a little bit of reading right before we meet each other. And he starts to take the book back.
Can I copy the questions out of the book before you take it back?
Oh, well, you can copy them at lunch. And
Okay.
now he physically tries to force the book away from you, subtly.
Ruksha kind of just lets go immediately for fear of ripping the book.
All right, see you at lunch. He turns away and walks out unceremoniously.
What? Yes.
So Pete, you guys thought he was gonna be nice.
I mean, he started out nice.
We're trying to change him.
We can fix him.
Fix him.
All right,
I mean, I can fix him with the power word kill.
you don't know power word kill.
Not yet.
Not a bluff. That's a bluff.
Be careful who you.
Careful who you call ugly.
The ugly and magic soul.
Yeah, that is true. That is unironically how it works. All right. Aside from that, we have the absolute shit show that is Yazim's concentration class with Wildfish, Release, Apis, and Pandora all at once.
Can I
There's
try
in
my
fact
thing again?
no concentration going on here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely none.
That's like my only class with Wildfish, and I guarantee you she's trying to steal from me.
And it's worth noting, by the way, Ruktuk, that when you sit down in class for your next course that also has WoW in it, by the way, WoW seemingly deliberately chooses to sit as far away from you as possible, making it almost impossible for you to peek at your book.
Oh my god. Why do you have so many classes with them? Holy shit.
It's only these two. Unfortunately, they're back to back, so consequences immediately.
That's way too much.
Okay, so we had Wildfish, and we had Apis. Where is Apis? Where's my boy Apis? Here's Apis. And we had Release. Here's Release, who's AFK, but she's in chat, so I'm sure she'll let me do this. And then we have the polar opposite of WoW.
Where is this?
Wait a second. This is not the right token.
I was about to say, you have two Yazims there.
WZ.
I have two Yazims. Oh, gosh darn.
Yeah, you have her in a classroom already. Okay.
Shush. For these more theater of the mind shows. All right, everyone go to the class. I'm being bullied. DM's being bullied. Everyone go to class.
Well, you have her in a class. You might as well use the class.
You're right.
Go to your rooms.
I'm so lazy. All right, it's to the right of the courtyard.
Yeah.
All right. Feel free to choose a spot as you like. And you guys go through a concentration
Fish does
course.
not have the guts to sit next to Pandora.
So concentration, despite being an arcana class, is actually more physically taxing than other courses. It is a course that is meant to help you, as it says, maintain your concentration. So instead of going through lectures and lectures and doing academic homework, this is a course where Yazim explains the concepts behind concentration, meditative practices, things like that. And then as part of training exercises, as you undergo scenarios, has you casting basic spells or casting standard prestidigitations that require some amount of concentration. And then, as a example, you know, either conducts shock waves or simulates earthquakes or loud noises, bright flashing lights, anything that could potentially cause you to lose such concentration. I want everyone here to roll Constitution saving throw.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Well,
we're gonna rewind time here a second with
You're gonna rewind time
with a chronal shift.
Okay.
I can't fail first day.
Okay.
It's a little better.
Okay. All right. So, a few people don't do so well. A lot of the students really mess up. It is the first day. Yazim is mostly going easy on you. Wildfish, you lose your concentration almost immediately, for whatever reasons you choose. On the flip side, Pandora seems to struggle a little bit, but otherwise manages to maintain her sort of blue flame that she has aloft in the palm of her hand. Yeah, I'm just
sighs.
I'm gonna
So talented.
I'm gonna go ahead and just say that because the player's not here, I'm gonna say that Vysserae, or sorry, Rielise passes. Yeah.
I can't believe Ray is
Ray is so
roll
good.
20.
Wait. Oh my God, she is. Excuse me.
Why are you not in the Discord?
Get out.
There it is.
There it is.
Hey.
Roll your save.
how did you do that?
I know you have that button.
Send me the information. Send me the information. I need to do that.
Are you?
voice
I'm assuming
mod?
you're using voice mod, right?
I am using voice mod.
I don't have voice mod set up, but I could do that if I wanted to. Rock tuck from the grave. All right. The most notable. It just clicked to me the noise you made. I just DM just filtering it out, and then I had a pause in my gap. I lost my concentration check.
Yes.
The most notable part of the event. Apis, tell me what kind of magical thing you're doing that requires concentration. Obviously, you're not casting an actual spell, but more in terms of what sort of magical effect, like a prestidigitation cantrip almost, that you are setting up that would use concentration. Even if you don't have one prepared, if you have prestidigitation or anything else, just with some flavor.
I'm gonna use my pocket watch to kind of create little cogs to spin to concentrate on.
So okay, so you create some imaginary cogs, like a sort of projection. Okay, so you do that, and Yazim is going through the motions, causing plenty of people to lose their concentrations, and for a split second in your mind's eye, you can see the cogs in your, the cogs that form a neat little machine in your mind's eye start to stutter, then crack and shatter all in quick succession. You hear Yazim's voice calling out, because you call out the people as their concentration is lost, and it's oh, Mr. Apis, you seem to be distracted, and you might have a sort of, I don't know, you're talking about moment, as Yazim sort of turns away or blinks and looks back, and suddenly your spell is fully formed, as if nothing had happened.
It's rewind time.
Yazim scratches her head.
That's hot.
aside from that, the class goes pretty well. And it's time for
It's
lunch.
very hard to resist.
It is time for lunch. Everyone is heading out. Does anyone want to do anything in particular during their lunch?
Ruktuk is gonna
Fish is. Oh,
wait outside the class for like
For WoW?
Yeah, to like come meet him for lunch, because we had just the same class together, so he's just like waiting for WoW for lunch.
WoW doesn't show up.
God damn it.
Not such
Fish
a
is
WoW
going-
bro. It's not my fault.
Fish
It
is
is my
going
fault.
to sit and sadly eat her lunch as she pines over Pandora.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just saw her 2 minutes ago. Can't get her out of my head. What is Tricky doing?
Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, I wish I could talk to her.
A bee
But I would make a
her.
complete
Wait, that's
fool of
weird. Is that weird?
myself.
Wait, okay, so Tricky would definitely be showing up next to Fish.
Okay.
Does the telepathic link is opening? Is there
Yeah.
is there telepathic pollution?
No.
No.
Like pollution. What do you mean?
I'm asking Fish, does
Oh.
anything leak?
No.
Okay. Well, I am sitting next to. I don't know where my token is.
I don't know where your token is either. Just make a
I'll
new
just
one.
Make a new one.
Yep. And then we'll eventually find your clone somewhere.
And destroy them.
Yep.
I am eating in a very. That's a way that's disturbing to most people. Bug mouth.
Let me just populate the cafeteria a bit.
You don't like the bug mouth.
If you don't like the bug mouth, you can leave.
Yeah.
Where are my peeps? There you go. All right. You have your lunch. Ruktuk, it becomes increasingly clear that WoW is not going to show up.
Ruktuk's just gonna find a table and just sadly eat their lunch.
Sadly, depressingly eat their lunch.
Dejected eating.
Is there any particular
Yeah.
table you'd like to sit at? Wink, wink.
is-
Please make friends with the other players.
I mean, I'm just sitting across from Wildfish.
You do recognize Apis at least in the crowd.
Yeah, probably Ruktuk. I don't have my wagon with me. It's probably still in the library. One moment.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
assume that everyone else is with you, even though they're not doing anything. They are my puppets, these players.
Yeah, Ruktuk is just gonna hold up beside Apis because they're just like, I recognize you. Hello. How's the book going?
Oh, very well. Thank you for finding that for me.
Okay, yeah, you probably are in the position to return it today, which you probably should. Every day you keep it costs money.
Yeah, I definitely should.
Ruktuk holds out a hand and is just like, I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Ruktuk.
I'll go to shake their hand. Apis, pleasure to meet you.
Just give them the book and be like, "Oh, thanks for offering to take it back."
No.
That's so rude.
In all honesty, that was my first thought. I'm like, no, that's not Apis. Oh.
Bullyable. It's a trait.
Yep, it's real.
I don't want to bully the bean though.
It's like initiation. Everyone gets initiated by bullying the bean.
No, I want to be good to the bean.
All right. If there's nothing in particular, you're doing over lunch, you guys can talk about whatever you want. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, where in some way or another, all the players, all the main characters, all the actors are on the stage.
Silence.
Okay.
I'm just munching away with my mandibles and my strange hidden bug tongue.
I'm definitely looking at that weirdly.
So yeah, there's mandibles.
Sadly, and she just sadly picks at her tilapia.
Can I would like to ask for Wildfish to make an insight check.
Are
Me?
you being insightful about my bug mouth?
Actually, no.
What am I being insightful about?
Make either a perception or an insight check.
Okay. Why me though?
Because I want you to.
17.
Rude. Okay. So, you guys are enjoying your lunch together. And Wildfish, you are having your food. But you can't shake an uneasy feeling that some people are watching you. You might look around and see that some of the other students have been peeking at your table. They seem to be looking around your table, looking at you, looking at Ruktuk, looking at everyone, but you especially, as well as Tricky, with a combined sense of curiosity and a tiny dose of distaste, disapproval.
I look at one of them and I hiss.
Give me an intimidation check.
I will say, Ruktuk startles at the hiss.
All right, the person you hissed at and Ruktuk both are startled. The person looking at you turns away. They start uttering hushed words to the student next to them.
Flip them off now that they're whispering about us.
I'm just gonna look up after hearing the hiss. Are you okay?
No. These creeps keep staring at us.
And then she turns and flips off the person who is whispering.
All right. Okay. After a little bit more eating, you are going to get a similar sense of foreboding, but for entirely different reasons as Pandora enters the cafeteria. Pandora, who is going to go ahead and get her lunch. She moves. People who were looking at you with a bit of disapproval have now turned their attention to the popular Tabaxi. She sets herself in line and treats herself to the frosted. What is it? Sausage and bread with frosted cupcakes as a dessert. That is the lunch
I thought
today.
you were gonna tell me that Nilo Bon Rock served frosted flakes.
No.
Flakes as well, yeah.
It's not breakfast yet. It's too late for breakfast. The most
But
important
that's
meal of the
tomorrow.
day.
Sprinkled on top of a cupcake.
Yeah, that sounds actually kind of good. Crunchy.
Because I've seen
Alright.
I've seen people put like fruity pebbles on top of cupcakes before.
Alright.
I've heard of potato chip cookies.
Yeah, I've actually heard those are surprisingly good. I really like potato bread.
Potato bread's good.
Anyway,
We're off topic again.
What's up with Pandora?
Yep.
I
She
don't know, but Fish is just watching her.
She grabs a tray, she moves out and starts to scan the area looking for tables to sit at. And, of course, because you are the main characters and also for reasons that are totally realistic, she does spot everyone sitting at this very centralized center table. She makes her way down. And,
Fish gets all hopeful and waves.
Fish, you're the closest one. She leans over to you and asks, "Oh, is this seat taken?"
Oh no, you can totally sit here. Yeah, feel free to join us.
Oh, thanks. She maneuvers around. Hello, hi. She takes a seat. And she kind of looks around and sort of looks at Ruktuk, seeing that they're a first year, and she kind of introduces herself to him. "Oh, I don't think we've met before. My name's Pandora." She like reaches out her hand, shake.
Ruktuk shakes her hand. Ruktuk, nice to meet you.
Yep. And she seems all smiles. She takes an interest in your wagon. She's like, "You've got a lot of books."
Yeah, this is just the reading for today. They're not scheduled
For t-
readings, of
for-
course.
For today?
Well, it'll take me a few days, but I like to check them out in advance because I usually go through them pretty quick.
Every pause that I have is me trying to remember how to be a certain character. I'm sorry.
You're good, you're good.
It's okay. I've been
many.
paused like that for like
Yeah.
half an hour.
Yeah, she says, "Oh, well, if that works for you." I'm so bad at stuff like that. And she looks down and eats again. You can tell that she's intentionally trying to be a bit humbling. She takes a bite or two and observe everyone. I mean, whatever you're talking about, whether it's silent or not. She kind of glances around, bides her time a little bit.
Can I roll an insight check for motive?
Sure,
Is she looking at anyone in particular?
go for it.
Okay. Hey.
She has eyes for you and Wildfish.
Ooh. She got eyes for us.
I mean, I hope she has
Fish
eyes.
smiles and happily munches away on her food.
You should
Meanwhile,
tell
can't be
Wildfish
seen,
this using
but underneath the
telepathy.
table, she is
Yeah,
very flicking
She's
tail.
looking at us.
I don't have it set up yet.
It's okay.
Just repeat yourself
okay,
as
it's
an
okay.
echo.
I know. Why is she staring?
Staring.
I'll just whisper.
You're
Why is
whispering?
she staring? Staring.
Sorry, I can't get over the
Can I
echo.
do something?
I should turn down the echo. Give me a second.
Yeah, the echo needs to be super
great.
super slight. It's a lot.
Turn it all the way up.
That is all
No!
the way up.
Please, this is wonderful.
Are you using Echo or are you
I-
using Cave?
I don't know. What would we even do? Like, we don't know why she's staring.
Well, we could ask her.
You really want us to ask her, hey, why are you staring at us?
Is that not a socially acceptable thing?
I don't really know. I've just never thought, because like people have asked me before, like why I'm staring, and then I'm like, oh shit, and then I just like completely look away, and then it gets really awkward.
Why do you stare at people, fish?
Usually not directly at their face or anything, but more so just like searching to see what they might have in their pockets.
I am
And I'll
like
just kind of be like,
idly
that one
staring
looks easy
back.
to grab out of, or something like that.
My antennae are twitching quite a lot, and I'm just sort of idly staring right back at Pandora as I'm thinking.
You'll take this as a
Dude.
cue. When she finishes her next bite, she finally speaks up, addressing you, Sig. Or sorry, Tricky. He says, "Say, Tricky, I heard that you're joining the Lava Run team. Is that right?"
I suppose it remains to be seen.
Oh, you should try it. I think you make a great fit. And Fish, you're trying out too, right? Nilo told me. And she kind of mentions him offhandedly.
Yeah. I figured it would be pretty cool to join, you know, show off how strong I am. I know that I can beat all of them. Just because I'm small, it doesn't mean I'm not fast.
That's right. Show the boys who's boss. I'll be cheering you on.
Thank you.
And you know, you maybe have a bit of a discussion about the Lava Run team. You learn that, of course, Pandora is one of the cheerleaders for the Lava Run team. But
Unsurprising.
after a bit of a casual conversation regarding the Lava Run team and maybe a rundown of, you know, what it means to be like a cheerleader and that sort of group, she kind of lingers on that a little bit. Her tone gets a little bit more serious, and she looks at Tricky in particular and is like, "Say, Tricky, this isn't about Lava Run or anything, but I was wondering if I could talk to you for a second."
We have been talking for more than a second.
No, I mean like, not in like no disrespect to everyone here. It's just, you know, a business thing, you know. Business is probably not the right word. I gotta talk to you alone. He seems flustered.
Fine.
And no
Fish
offense
squints a little
taken.
bit, kind of confused.
What do you say?
Oh, I just
Fish
said no
squints a
offense
bit,
taken.
kind of.
I mean, you're both talking at the same time. Divine,
I just
you
said,
first.
No offense taken.
No offense taken.
Fish said squints.
Oh, okay. All right.
I say I have finished my
Squints and
food.
confusion.
I have finished my food, so I stand up.
All right. I'll be back for this. No one take anything, she jokes, putting at her plate. But she stands up and motions for you to follow her.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I scoot past people and avoid gazes. No, yeah, honestly, I don't care.
It is worth noting that you know, the whispers, rumors, and looks that Wildfish had seen about her regarding her start to intensify. But this time, of course, they're directed at Tricky and Pandora as they leave the classroom, and Pandora would lead you down this way and across this door in relative isolation. What?
Min.
What?
How would you feel? How would you feel
If you followed?
If, if I used my panda dice to get Meteor Swarm right now.
I don't know if I'd appreciate that. Do you know what that does? It's not nice.
Yeah.
Please. It's a lot of damage.
What are you trying to do?
Could you not?
It was suggested to me by chat.
What? Chat?
Chat.
Chat?
Panda dice.
Why? Why?
Yeah, those are the
Why?
rewards you get for being in chat.
Wait, do you mean my chat or your chat told you to mess me up?
Your chat.
Oh, my chat is a freaking traitor.
It's just Twitch suggestions. It's just Twitch suggestions specifically. It's only visible to me.
I'm not okay with it.
I wouldn't actually do it because it would kill all of us.
Divine, thank you for the fireball. At least it's not a meteor swarm.
I have arrived.
Yes, you have. I'm sorry. I think I'm about to get fireballed again. I'm like dreading it. Okay. So you are in relative isolation, and no! Okay.
I can't even see this. I'm just enjoying Min's reaction.
I just gotta fight through it. Okay. Pandora.
What is this room?
This room is a workshop. Small little workshop where you would make tools and stuff.
Okay.
It's also a storage unit for some of those materials. It's usually meant to be used in conjunction with the classroom down here.
Nice.
Anyway, Pandora looks around. She double checks the door, makes sure that no one followed. And she looks at you. You can see, without even needing an insight check, that she has grown more nervous, embarrassed. She seems to have a sort of fear that is starting to well up. Which makes sense. She doesn't really talk to you particularly often. Doesn't really know how to like present herself around you. You can tell that she's almost worried of offending you.
Did you need help in the workshop?
No, the workshop is just a place it's just no one's here. I guess I'll get to the point. And she becomes a bit more flustered. She starts to look down. She starts to breathe. Her breathing becomes more noticeable. And in sort of tense, dramatic fashion, she bows her head down and blurts out almost loudly, and she says, "Please." And let me get this right. It was obviously an important moment, right? So she bows her head down, and without looking at you, she blunders out a request, and she says, "Please, would you be my vice president?"
What?
A pause happens. She looks up to see your reaction.
I don't know what that is.
He sweats. It's the vice president for student council.
Oh. That.
Okay, so hear me out. She starts to panic slightly based on your response. And she starts going into a tangent. Hear me out. So I know that you've been having trouble getting recognized in the school, like outside of your thing, with the whole, and well, I think you have a lot of insight that is really valuable for that kind of position. And I think that if we work together, we could definitely get you elected. And I've already gotten a few people that I think would be really good on the council, but I still need a vice president. And when I was thinking about it, I couldn't really think of anyone else. I think you would be the best fit because we would contrast each other, I just want to make sure this works out. It's my last chance to be it's my last chance for student council before I graduate.
Pandora, you have been here since I was awoken.
Yeah, I still remember.
Were you not afraid of me?
I'm DM thinking right now. Well, sure, I was afraid, but I wasn't afraid of you. I was more afraid of what you meant, you know? You're a nice person. I figured that out. But you being here means so much more than anyone knows. That's why you're so important. That's why people care about you. I mean, they don't really show it, but they care. And that's why I think that you've got, you know, a lot of influence there. And I think you can put it to good use if we work together, you know?
I will admit, I don't understand, but if you insist.
So you will? He seems to be eagerly more excited.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good! Thank you so much. And she jumps up and like gives you a brief hug. Okay, so after the next class, or yeah, after lunch, we're gonna be in, and she gives you the name of the room that she's gonna be in, and she's gonna be like, you're gonna have a chance to meet everyone. They're so cool, and we're gonna have a great plan. I still need to figure out who my captain's going to be, but we'll get to talk about that in our first meeting. Are you free after lunch?
Yes.
Awesome. I think we can make some amazing things happen. I hope we'll make each other proud. I'm glad to work with you. And she kind of, now that the pressure's over, and her jitters are gone, she becomes a bit more relaxed, back to her somewhat professional self. And she's like, I'm excited to work with you. We're gonna make the school a better place.
The stick bug nods and leaves.
Stick bud.
Just zero manners.
I'll
Mr.
follow.
Bugman.
I'll follow a little later. I need to think about something, and I think everyone was looking at us before. It'll be weird if we come out together.
No response. Like he's actually just gone.
Oh, okay.
Get back in the chair.
Okay, before you have a chance to get, before you have a chance to arrive, someone over here, a nameless face, looks to you and is like, dude, as if a cue.
The face.
Dude?
What?
Dude?
Are you addressing me?
Dude.
Hi.
I love that there's an NPC that all he can say is dude.
Please don't make him a recurring character.
We are now.
No!
Too late. You can't put the brakes on this. It's going down.
It's so bad.
His name is dude.
What's he look like?
I don't. He's a nameless face for a reason.
What's his
What's
name?
he look like?
What's his name?
His name is Chad.
Okay. So so without using a token, he's a bro. He's a dude bro. He wears.
His name is Chad.
He wears a blue uniform. His name is Chad.
Yes!
What race is he?
Kroger?
His race is frat bro.
Dwarf.
Dwarf. Okay. Chad the dwarf.
Chad the dwarf, who says dude
Chad
a lot,
Kroger?
and he's got super dark hair that he ties in a ponytail.
Nice.
No one.
What? I'm sorry. I was talking about Chad. Chad was taking
said-
over the conversation.
I said Chad Kroger.
Chad Korger.
All right, close enough.
Don't write this down! I hear you typing in the notes! No!
I am
No,
currently
why'd I
searching
do
up,
this?
art.
Why
for a
did I do
D&D
this?
Chad.
No! Every time.
I'm actually
Every
looking
time I run D&D, this
Here's
happens.
my question: does anyone know who Chad Kroger is?
No.
No.
He was
Lead
not
singer.
supposed to exist until now.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Mr. Taco from chat
Yeah,
says,
he's
"Dude,
the
where's
lead
my
singer
griffin?"
To Nickelback.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at this.
Graph.
Yeah. Well, it's not a photograph.
Look
At this still painting. Every time I do, it makes my funny bone go hey.
I think laughing existed then.
Oh, but I wanted it to rhyme with painting.
What class is he?
You don't know.
I found a picture for him.
So did I.
Stop.
I'm going to send it into the chat.
Oh my
Which
god.
one?
I alt tabbed and I saw the Keygon credits will do fine, and I was like, it's not too far off. Wait.
Which chat show? I found this.
Why is it in character? Okay.
I also found
Tricky's is more accurate, but I'm sending this image. Tricky's is more accurate, but I'm sending this image to my Twitch chat. You can't not see this.
Okay. So the dude just says "dude" to me and doesn't say
A few
anything
times.
else?
There's an implication. There's a social cue that you're not understanding, dude.
I stare at him for longer.
After enough time, I can't keep doing dude. You guys can't make me do this. I can't. No, I'm not saying dude.
You are a
Dude.
puppet Dryad.
Say the line, Dryad. So what exactly was it you say?
Nothing.
Oh, you just say nothing.
I'm just staring at him.
Yeah. So he finally elaborates a little bit. What happened, dude?
I don't know.
You don't know, dude? You were right there, dude.
Was I?
Bro.
Dude.
Alright, I'm gone.
No fun. Okay. All right. Well.
We'll meet Chad again.
We'll meet Chad.
Dude.
Dude.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, dude.
Aw, dude.
Oh, dude.
My dude.
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 How long are we going to keep doing this? Can I legally mark this as insanity?
You can legally clip
No.
this and it'll be used in my later trial.
Yeah, okay.
All right, what do you guys do when Tricky comes back?
Fish.
Uh,
You got a problem?
Yeah,
I just stare in confusion.
everyone's that
also,
turtle from
A
Finding
little bit of
Nemo.
pain.
Yeah, perhaps. That might be my next little highlight reel. It's just every
Stare
time.
is returned.
Yeah. It's
Reciprocated
Ultimacademy
stare.
episode 2, except it's every time when we say dude.
What? What was that about? What did she have to say? Was it about me? Or
Yes, it was of course about you. No,
oh come on! I know you're just saying that.
I was asked to be on the student council.
Student council?
Vice president.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. That is all.
Okay, that's fine.
I am glad I have your approval.
I'm glad I have your blessing for this student council relationship.
Okay, well, what do you want to talk about? And anything interesting going on today?
How's the weather?
Nearly time for Labyrinth pickups.
Oh, that's right.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to move us to one final little scene that I want to establish. And then everyone's going to be signing up for their first major club, except for Ruktuk, who I think is just basically taking a job
Yeah.
as a librarian.
Apparently, I'm taking.
Your clubs so
Student
far
council.
look like student council and Labyrinth team.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the last thing I want to say is that at the end of lunch, there is an announcement made. You hear it all across the school. You recognize that it is Melanie's voice, and she asks everyone to report to the amphitheater for an assembly. And I'm not going to send you all to the amphitheater, mostly because I don't have an amphitheater map, and also because this is a somewhat quick scene to kind of go over the theater of the mind. If we're okay with that.
Yeah.
So I assume everyone does go to the amphitheater. So when you get to the amphitheater, most of the school maestros are there. You of course see Melanie as well as Yazim, Jago. You see Gregory there. You see Sister Nicole there. You see Huckle and Armanta there. And those are most of the people you see. There are a few other maestros. All of them are there, but the ones that I mentioned are the ones that are on the sort of stage, the amphitheater. The others are sort of surrounding the student body, kind of, just, observing and supervising and making sure people aren't sleeping through or talking to each other while an assembly's going on, Melanie sort of goes on, makes a little short speech. He talks about, the purposes of school and does a little bit of an intro. This kind of is familiar with the announcement that you would have expected from Friday's assembly. Except the Friday's assembly never actually happened. By the end of the little intro speech, by the time most people are kind of tuning themselves out of it, Melanie makes a bit more, immediate news about what's going on. She says, as you know, there was a terrible, terrible attack on Ultimacademy last Friday. As a result of the attack, you'll notice that Ursa Gwyffle hasn't been around recently. Unfortunately, she was summoned to provide critical, what would I say? Critical advice, like a Vysserae almost position. Everyone here knows that Ursa Gwyffle is the Lady Protector of the royal family or the royal council. And if you aren't aware, the Lady Protector is a quasi-military position. It acts as a major general for Altia's army, but most importantly, the Lady Protector is essentially the person who takes over in case the king goes missing for whatever reason. In case the king has to travel on business, the king gets kidnapped, captured, the king dies, or for whatever reason the king is unable to perform their duties, or whatever royal majesty is unable to perform their duties, the Lady Protector or the Lord Protector kind of takes over. And so right now, she's basically explaining, hey, Ursa's not here right now. She was summoned to the castle to provide feedback as a Lady Protector, because obviously this is an important matter and they need to know what to do next. But, you know, rest assured, we've worked with the town guard. You may be aware of them. Everything, we've made sure that everything is safe. You know, we haven't mentioned anything now because of course there's a lot of red tape involved, but now we're, you know, now we're comfortable explaining the situation. We hope that you'll be able to have an enriching school year so far. Speaking of, today marks our first club fair, where you know, many established clubs will be you know, marketing themselves. I'm almost, as a DM, I'm kind of paraphrasing this announcement. Please pretend it's more formal and professional than what I'm actually saying. I'm bad, sorry. But yeah, she talks about the club fair and how there are a lot of established clubs here that are going to be seeking people to be involved. A lot of passions are being represented here, and so they're strongly worth your consideration. And a reminder that there is, of course, room in your schedules that are designed to be taken up by this kind of extracurricular activity, so it's highly encouraged by the school. Your acceptance, your participation, your support for these clubs largely improves our student cohesion, provides funding, helps determine what the students are craving, what we need, and what we want to support in the years to come. And for all of you who are newcomers coming in, please take a look at our clubs if you wanted to do something after school. There's certainly something for you, and even if there is not, I'm sure there will be a perfectly suitable substitute. And there is always just a handful of people that would love to explore new realms in our extracurricular activity. So if you have an idea for a club that you would like to introduce to our school, please let us know, and you will have plenty of our support in presenting such a thing for Thursday or the following club fair. I mean, you have enough, you know. And she talks about the requirements. There is a certain number of people that need to be in your club in order for it to be recognized and funded by the school and all that stuff. But ultimately, the assembly serves to, you know, introduce everyone to the school, get everyone comfortable, explain the situation with Ursa, the headmistress, who only immediately Apis knows is absolute nonsense and a lie. And otherwise, sort of welcome everyone to the school formally, because they didn't have the chance to do it on Friday, and then send everyone off to their club fairs. At the end of the assembly, you guys are you know, ushered out and encouraged to join your appropriate clubs. Hope sure you've given it some thought, blah blah blah. And I think because we have two people that haven't really made a decision on their clubs yet, I think now is maybe a good time to close the session. And on next session, you'll, you know, have your club tryouts. There is, of course, that pickup game for Tricky. We can talk about what that means later on if we want to go into detail. Oh, and fish as well. Sorry. We'll know what that. So we can talk about what that entails. You know, in between sessions, and yeah. I think this is a good point. Does anyone have anything they want to say or do, either in character or out of character, before I kind of close the lid on tonight? Okay.
Your mom.
Your mom. Yo, let me draw your mom, okay? I'll draw your mom like one of your French girls.
Stop.
Please don't draw Ruktuk's mom like a French girl.
Please don't.
I won't.
Don't
worry.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah, draw
find
it like a
you.
French kobold.
A French kobold.
I will find you.
All right. Well, in that sense, I'm going to go ahead and find someone to raid. And while I'm doing so, please let me know, you know, a quick 1 out of 10. How'd you feel about this this little session?
I thought it was fun.
Wonderful.
I'm bad at rating
That's
things.
that's I mean, I'm gonna take Uwu Crimes on that. That's 100% approval rating. I don't need to hear anyone else. I'm just joking. I see
So
that
I just
Ox
missed
Ryan.
all of that.
What?
What?
I said thank you for your blind approval, and that's all I need. The validation quota has been filled. In the meantime, we're going to raid Ox Ryan. It looks like he's playing Fall Guys right now. We're gonna send him some love. What do we want to send as a raid message, everyone? Mom raid? I was thinking mom raid.
That's what I was thinking. We shouldn't.
Your mom raid.
We shouldn't means we
Raiding
absolutely
your
will.
mom.
It's raiding your mom.
raid.
Raiding your mom.
Raiding your mom.
Raiding your mom.
But yeah, I had fun today.
I had fun.
Yeah.
This was really
I
good.
like how goofy it was. I understand that not all episodes will be goofy, but
Yeah.
I like it when it gets
A lot of
goofy.
episodes. I mean,
We're
depending on
probably
where you
gonna be
take
goofy
it,
most of the time.
I think a lot of
I was about
episodes
to
can
say,
have
is
some
is the
amount of
mom
goof.
thing gonna be a recurring
No,
thing?
I hope it's not recurring.
Probably not.
I'm gonna go with
Okay,
mom
if we all
raid,
agree
and
not
then I'm
to,
gonna
it
say
won't
she's a
be.
nice lady.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
What?
If we all agree not to, it
calling me a
likely
liar?
won't be.
It won't
I am
happen.
calling you a liar.
You're supposed to say, well, I ain't calling you a truther.
Liar.
All right. We're gonna have a friendly mom-based
The only
intervention
problem with
outside of
this is
stream.
You can now hear everything.
Oh,
You can hear my keyboard.
I'm sure it's fine. Aside from that, I'm gonna send everyone to Ox Ryan. I love you all. I'm gonna get. Uh oh. All right, I'm getting us out of here. I'm getting us.
We've got 2 down the well.
It's time.